Welcome back to everybody to a film club that wasn't planned, but then we planned it because then we're going to do something stupid next week, is go and see the premiere of The Odyssey. So before that, we all agreed, we said it, is we're going to, let's watch a good movie before we hopefully like that. We actually watched Troy. So we actually all agreed, let's have a comparison of a movie. So we're doing today the 2004 Troy, about the Trojan War and I suppose briefly based on the Iliad. So that's it. So looking how that's going, we might be doing you a favour by watching it before anybody else, like spending your money. Because I checked, when I booked the tickets, we always have our rows of seats we like for that one. You know, like, we always go to the same one. We go like the rows J, and it was J like 9 and 10. And when I booked, there was only 2 other people were booked for the prime time on the Friday.
Oh, so I haven't looked yet. I've been wondering.
They were sitting right behind us, and I went, "How annoying that's going to be if we're the only ones in the cinema." And we just literally sit
right in a row
in front of them. And I was like, "No, we can't do that. We'll move over." And I was like, "That." But I checked, and yeah, it's not even like a quarter full. And I mean, they're like the premium. I've got like the prime time because it's like that, and then there's the later one that will take you like past like 1 o'clock. And it was just it's. I would say that had like 6 people in the pre-booked. Maybe people would turn up, you don't know, but for a premiere, that's not looking good. We will see.
Yeah, I haven't looked yet myself. I've been curious what it's going to look like here in terms of tickets, but I don't know. We'll see. I think I'm going to end up going at kind of a prime time too, because it'll be an evening for us. I'm going to go with my wife. So, I mean, the tickets, if it's going to be full, it should be full at that time. So we'll see.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because I looked up, I was like, because I always forget this is quite a long movie. So this is what, 2 hours and like 2 hours, 52 minutes?
Yeah.
Like that?
It was surprisingly long. I remembered.
But now remember,
because yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah, this one. No. Wait for it. Now we know they skipped over because it's continuous. They kind of skipped over the 10 years they're at in Troy. But the Odyssey is only 9 minutes longer, and we know by the sounds of it, they have missed around about 7 years off that. So they've only like put in another 3 years. So like somewhere missing. So for another 9 minutes. So we're gonna. But yeah, it's going to be interesting, and I just don't like. And I think we say this sometimes. It's like sometimes the actors, and in this occasion, and the director, but I think we've already said like Nolan's done some good work. Sometimes they just need to keep their mouth a bit quiet, didn't they? So they haven't in this occasion. But yeah, it's a bit of a shame. But yeah, it's but at least we got a bit of Troy. Now, we've all seen this, and we've all seen it, I think, multiple times, if I'm rightly in that, I'm guessing, from all of us.
Yep, this was, I mean, I've lost count, to be honest with you. I was going to try to put a number on it, but I have no idea how many times. At least, 10 times I've seen this movie in my life.
Yeah.
Oh, Sandy? This was only my second. This was only my second time. So, yeah, but, okay, I'll just keep my opinion to myself, but.
Okay. Ooh.
I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm very glad you recommended this before we jump into next.
Who is it? Jay, I think you said it. Look, we need to do
I think we were just talking about it one day, and we were like, why not just do it right before the Odyssey? It only makes sense.
Yeah, so yeah. But none of you have read, or have you briefly, the Iliad? I know, Sandy, you said you were going to do the Stephen Fry version.
Well, I have the his trilogy. So he has Mythos, Heroes, and Troy. But, and I'm not going to say it's dumbed down. That's a terrible thing to say. He tells the stories in very different ways. He really focuses on character, the person, the mythological character, and then kind of goes through their life rather than focusing on story. So I've read them all, but I don't feel like I've actually read, you know, mythology. It's one area of, history in quotes that I just don't know. We didn't learn it. We barely skimmed over Roman and Greek history in school because there's just so much world history. So this is definitely an area that I don't know a lot about. So I can't rate it for accuracy. And I know the Odyssey and the Iliad are much, much more complex stories than what is in these films.
Yeah, so we're gonna have like the score normally is about books is from Sandy, and we ring a bell or do a score count of how many times. But it might be me today. So
It has to be you today.
It
Yeah,
has to be me with
Yeah,
the
it
thing.
won't
Now
be
I'm
me.
not a scholar. I'm not a scholar. I'm going to say that. So chat, if you want to correct me in parts, because I'm going off by memory most of the time. Like, okay, this happened, and it does get confused. Like even if you went online and listened to like the whole book, you're on about like thousands of hours like that. Like, and it's to get that that Iliad down would be brutal. But this is loosely, I'm going to put literally off the bat, this would be a class as loosely based. But we start in an inaccurate map, but we won't go there. But we get 3,200. Was it Bronze Age? That's got to be bronze. Yeah, that's got to be the Bronze Age, isn't it? So it is supposed to be set around about 12th century BC. So I'm guessing someone's going to work it out and tell me what is the 12th century BC. I'm sure that would be the Bronze era. So yeah, that's my best guess. That's it.
Sounds right to me. I don't know.
yeah. Sounds good to me. Yeah,
it sounds good. Yeah, but I like this opening sequence really because if you don't know the story and you're just here for a kind of a war movie, let's go. But like we do like doing our war movies on Film Club. It kind of just nails it out because it has all like what's actually happening. We get just the dialogue of like the timepiece about Agamemnon kind of conquering everyone, wants to unify Greece. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of get that. We get this title card, so we get all the ones, and he's the king of Sparta with his brother. Well, he's not Sparta. Agamemnon's not Sparta. Menelaus is king of Sparta.
Menelaus is Sparta. Agamemnon is everything else.
No,
Pretty
well,
much,
not in this. He's like a little place above it, and that's it. But in this one, they kind of make out, don't they, that he is the king of. Like I think even. Is it Achilles later? The king of all, like king of kings, or something
that's
like that.
That's what Achilles calls him.
Yeah. So at the moment, So this not right from the book. Ding. It's not. So this is completely. This is Hollywood making this up to make a Agamemnon be a kind of want to be the king of Greece. I'm guessing what Greece, of course, wasn't even a thing back then. So that's it. But we get straight away. We get into a good battle.
No, like first we get before the battle. Don't we get Sean Bean's beautiful voice?
Oh, well,
the best way to begin any film or any video game. I used to play the Civilization series of games, and Sean Bean is the narrator.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
It's the best part of the game, Sean Bean narration. And I know he does others too, but I had totally forgotten when I said I had seen this film before. Yeah, it was probably 20 years ago. I'd forgotten that I knew he was in it. I knew he was Odysseus, but I forgot there was a tiny bit of narration. And there was his voice. What a great way to start a film with Sean Bean's amazing voice.
Okay, I've put a very hard poll up today, quiz. So this is about the Iliad. So let's who didn't survive. So dun dun dun. But he's and in this he survives. One of the movies he does survive in. So we give him that. He normally dies in it every movie. But we get a battle. Now, there is a battle that is kind of done in the book, but it's already happened, and they're dividing all the prizes. It's not like this. This is, was it Theseus? What's the place, the name? Gives him a T. Oh, I can't remember.
It's not. Wait, it's not. See, I
Oh.
want to say Thessalonica. That's wrong.
Yeah, near enough. But we get Agamemnon, and this is where he's going, of course, to every king, and then we also get the Crozer thing. This is the guy who picked unwisely. Is it unwisely? Julian Glover. Come on. Oh my God! Indiana Jones, Last Crusade. He's the Nazi.
Oh.
Is he?
Does the cup? Yeah, it's the cup. Yeah, it's
Huh.
the cup.
Didn't even notice.
God,
He does the cup. Oh my
I
God.
never knew who that was.
Yeah. He chose unwisely. Yeah, he's the So he's the king of Thessaly. Is it Thessaly?
I think it's
You know how
Thessaly.
Thessaly.
I believe it's
I'm gonna go for
Thessaly or something like Thessaly.
Yeah.
Well, you know how I
But-
know all the cities in Greece is that I went 13 years of Catholic school, and all of St. Paul's, travels to convert, the whole of the world, and it's always, St. Paul's letter to the whatever, to the Ephesians, to the Thessalonians, to the this and the that. It was always a letter that St. Paul wrote. Yep, that's it. The Thessaloniki. Abe's got
There
it.
we go. Thank you, Abe. That's it. Well Googled. You're like, no, I didn't. Knew about it. But this is where, you can't have the whole world. That's it. And he's like, look, I don't want my men to die. Let's your best fighter against my best fighter. So they get this brute from his side, and then of course it's called out Achilles. Now this is actually true to history. Not this bit, but back then this is what they did, because most of the time it was just too bloody hot to fight, like in that area. So they just 1-on-1. But a lot of the time, even the victor went, yeah, we're not going to agree, and then they fought anyway. So they was like a two, they're two best against each other. But yeah, most of the time they just didn't agree. Like, oh, he cheated. Like, as we get with Hector, fall over a rock or something like that. Yeah, or it's just or a slightly disagreement. So most of the time it ended up in massive bloodshed. But yeah, we get this guy, and where's it calls for Achilles, and then Achilles is not there. Gets laughed. They laugh. Is I can't remember this guy's name, but they're like
something with
the
a
stature.
B. I can't remember.
With the stature in it, everybody, even the greatest of heroes, would be afraid. But of course, it gets a boy to get over to Achilles, who's had. He's had a good night. Let's say that. Like that. So he's a lot of wine and women, and it's like they are the king that they are waiting for you. Yeah, and he's like, and at this point they're trying to make out of as well with the boy very quickly, and it's a good little bit of understanding, completely different to the book, but that's Achilles. He's fighting to get his name in the history books. Once your dust is gone, your bones from your who's going to remember your name? So that's why he's fighting this.
But that's
salvation,
not part of the story, is it? Because he's a son of the god, he's a descendant of the
He's
gods.
a prince.
Right.
He's a prince in his own right. So he's a demigod.
I was gonna say he is a
his
demigod,
mother-
right?
So he
Yeah,
doesn't
he's a
need
demigod.
to worry
His
about his
mum.
name.
Yeah, his
He was just
mum,
arrogant.
as what most people know, is the River Styx, dipped him in the River Styx to protect
Right.
him, and that's it. So he's completely invulnerable. He's like that. He's one of the best fighters.
But he was
he's
born
completely
with
vulnerable.
abilities as well, too, right? Though because
Yes.
of his demigod
Yeah,
mother.
so he's
he was a
stronger,
demigod
he has-
because of his mother.
I'm guessing he's stronger, and he has kind of. I'm guessing if you want to,
I think it was like speed, strength,
like spider
durability,
sense, kind of like that.
stamina,
He knows
things like that.
everything. So so that is, So he's literally he's arrogant, and in the book, to be honest, in the book I'm going to do it like he's not liked because he's just he's an arrogant git. So he's like that because he knows what you're going to do. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm the best, So he's got that, and he has. I think he's Athena. I'm sure it's Athena. Is the
His
on
god
his side
protector.
as well. Yeah. So she completely protects him. So yeah, there's bits in it, and we get through that is where like a spear will appear. Like he will throw a spear, and they'll laugh it off, and then he'll have it back because the gods put it back into him. Now, of course, in this, we don't have any gods. There are no gods. They're completely stripped off. Whereas a choice, I suppose, like that. I know there's been like a couple of good TV versions of it where they show the gods, but this is they completely do it as like I think there's when he sees when he's not talking to not Patrick, you're talking to Patricus. Like later on, he's like, "Oh, I've seen the gods. You know, they envy us because we're every last minute could be our last." But this is so. But in this, this is weird because you got Agamemnon is the king in this, but then of course he's really a prince, but he still talks down to him, so he's kind of like we don't have to wait for you, and he's like, well, wouldn't it be good to kings to fight their own wars? Wouldn't that be a sight? And he's like, don't let all these people die. You can end it with one shift, one strike, I suppose, and that's it. So let's everybody go home.
I'll tell you, Brian Cox plays a very hateable leader.
Yes, in this.
Yeah.
And we'll see him again in the ring in a couple weeks.
He's
in
got
that too.
Oh, that's right.
Oh yes, he is. Yes, he's great though. He's a
good actor. He is.
He's got one of those. He's got one of those like proper like like when he plays like a baddie like that. He's proper look because he's got them squinty eyes. You kind of hate to him like that. It's a good little shot there of him because he's just like,
was good,
I'm just gonna annoy you.
Well, he was a good striker in X-Men 2, X-Men United.
Yeah,
no, was that X-Men? No, that was X2.
X2,
was X? Yeah, that's right. He was a great William Stryker in that. Was it X2 X-Men United or was the third one? Oh no, the third one was Last Stand. Okay, that's what I was getting confused on.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna see since we're all talking about off on the Brian Cox, I'm gonna see him in a play called The Score at the Shakespeare Theater in late September. So
very cool.
The same theater where I saw Hugh Bonneville last year and Wendell Pierce a few weeks ago for Othello. Brian Cox is playing in The Score. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that.
Nice.
But it's again, I like this bit because it just shows you it's very simple, it's very quick. Like the guy throws his spear and it's just like done, just jumps up like that. I think it's good just to show you how the movements of Achilles is different, and also that was a bit badass. He just charges, dodges, and then goes done like that. And it's just like, and in front of everybody, he goes, "Who else? Is there nobody else?" Like that. Come on then, like that. You want to bring it on? Bring it on. It's
like
just
I came all the way
easy.
here.
It's just like that was
this?
That was it. That was your best, and then and of course it's he. Is there no other? That's it. Is there no other? And then of course it's like, this part, like this, is it a parchment or something? Like he gives him like this
staff, or not a staff, but like
almost
like a baton, more like. I forget what he calls it though.
Oh, it's not the baton out the what's the name? Was it? Oh, what was it called? Oh my god, out of the spirit stick.
Yeah.
The spirit stick.
Basically similar, I guess.
I think it's like, give this to your king. He is not my king. No, because your king's the dad. Like that. But we get then to the port of Sparta. Now, I am going to jump. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to jump between what is and what isn't because that's it. So we get now to the port of Sparta where Menelaus, who is the brother of Agamemnon. I'm going to say it so many times. Wrong. Too many ums in that bit.
It's a tough
he
one.
is making a deal of trade and unity and peace with the Trojans, led by Hector and Paris. Now, do you think this happened? Yes or no?
Let's say no.
I don't know.
No, you're correct. This is not. This is completely made up of Hollywood. So in the actual Iliad, it goes a bit weirder. So Paris and Helen don't meet. So Paris has been discarded by his mother because of Cassandra, who we don't. I'm saying it's Cassandra, who is Hector and Paris's sister, and she has been cursed by Apollo, given the vision insight. But every time she will do an insight of like this is going to happen, her curse is that nobody believes her.
And do you know who she was the inspiration for? What character in Harry Potter? Professor Trelawney, right?
I'm not.
She actually had accurate, visions, and no one ever believed her.
Oh yeah,
there you go.
And-
So taken from this then.
And that was her
So-
name, Cassandra Trelawney.
Yeah.
Oh, I never knew that.
I knew
I
a
never knew
Brit
the
was going to
connection.
say that. I knew a Brit. Or was it crying? I'm crying. That's just for Abe. If you've never seen Only Fools and Horses, only Abe will get that. It's one of the funniest things when we got that. But yeah, so she does the thing, but her mother kind of slightly believes it. So what she does is goes, but I can't kill my own son. So she gives it to a farmer to kill Paris. The farmer can't do it. He gives it up to somebody else and raises him. And then he comes back. And I can't remember why. This is why. So there was a banquet for the gods, and I can't remember the woman, the somebody from the underworld, can't remember her name, gave a golden apple, Persephone, and a golden apple that said to the most beautiful, and of course Athena, Aphrodite, and I can't remember the third, all squabbled over it. Zeus, Job, went down. And gave it to the most enlightened person on Earth, who happened to be Paris. So Paris had to give the apple, and he would give it to the beautiful. So they all kind of, one of them was like, I'll make you the king of Europe and something like that. I will make you the most powerful in the world. And then Aphrodite was, I will give you the most beautiful woman ever who ever lived. And she will fall madly in love with you. So he picks that. Of course, that is Helen. So what then?
Oh, is that how we get here?
That's how he gets it. So that is not having. So Paris goes back to Troy, kind of that, and then he goes off. Though he goes off to Sparta when Menelaus is at a funeral on a different island. So he goes there. So she is completely in love with him. Oh my God, because it's a from the gods. But this is where it differs, because we're going to get into this now, is she's still honourable to Menelaus because she chose Menelaus. Out of all the suitors that she had, she chose Menelaus. So I love you, but I'm going to honour my marriage. Paris kidnaps her. Like kind of in a loose way, I'm going to do that. And then brings her back to Troy. Hector's pissed off because who'd effing you? I don't know who you are. I'm about to fight this war for you. And that's it. So, so Helen's picking, it was Odysseus, who was one of the suitors as well before he got with Penelope, is he made an agreement because Helen knew whoever she would pick, there would be there would be war. So Odysseus made a pact with all of them, is they had to honour and protect the suitor. So if one went against them, they would all gang up. So when, of course, Paris kidnaps Helen and Menelaus goes, I want you all to get her back, they all join in. That's why you get the start of the Trojan War, not because Agamemnon wants to do this great conquer Troy. It's because of that. So it is kind of completely different.
That's a better story almost.
Here.
That's a better story.
It is the Iliad after all. So fair enough.
That's it. But that is that thing. But that is. But you would.
Oh.
But he's clever. That's the thing. He's enlightened. So that's why the gods like him. So he has got Aphrodite on his side. So he has that Athena. But that's it. Without having that, they've completely ripped up the festival of the gods and all that. So you don't get any of that. So you don't get that insight of it to it. But it kind of makes out, because we get whilst this is happening in the movie, the kind of, we're all friends, Trojan and Sparta are now friends, is we get to see Helen, who they kind of are having a sexual fling, but they're both in love. So she's like with Paris, who is played by Orlando Bloom, who he can't act. He only can act in bloody Lord of the Rings because he's an elf. He can't act.
My God.
Yeah,
However, for this role, he might have been a good one for this. The way they're playing Paris as weak and
I do agree with that, because I find Paris to be very unlikable in this movie.
But he's supposed to be,
And
in the book he's not liked,
right?
As well,
and I feel like Orlando Bloom kind of plays that. I know we'll get into it, but like the cowardice and just the kind, the selfishness, the fake kind of attempts for honor, things like that. He just kind of comes off as a slime ball. Yeah,
and we're gonna have to do it. I don't care. We're gonna have to compare the Helens Like, we're gonna have to do it. This is Helen in 2004. We know what's coming.
Can I also point out that I forgot Brandon Gleeson was in this movie as Menelaus, and he could not fight his Irish accent coming through, and I couldn't help but laugh about it. It was awesome.
Yeah,
well, neither can Sean Bean fight his Scottish accent.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Sean Bean's not Scottish. He's a Yorkshireman.
I'm sorry. Oh my God! Did I say Scottish?
God.
I knew I was thinking
He's
Yorkshire.
from Sheffield. He's from Sheffield.
I was thinking Yorkshire, and I
Oh,
said
my God.
Scottish. Please forgive me. I don't know where that
Oh, my
came
God.
from.
Yeah. No, but he does. Sorry, he does exactly the same acting in Kingdom of Heaven when he plays the baddie. He plays the Crusader, doesn't he? He's just got. Yeah, he's just. Sorry, I'm not changing my accent. I can't. Do
Yeah,
it.
he's
I
just
don't-
same
don't
as when
care.
he's Mad Eye Mooney in Harry Potter. He's just always Brandon Gleeson.
Yeah.
You gotta love it.
But yeah, it's getting it off. Oh, hello. Sorry, YouTube.
Get that one.
Let's skip that one. That was very skip. But yeah, so but whilst that's happened, now this is where you get like Hector kind of knows it. Gonna go skip through.
Yep, skip
Didn't
these two.
realise it was nudes.
I kind of forgot too, honestly.
Yeah. But yeah, we get that. Whereas Hector knows where he is. So this is where it's a completely different book because they've completely gone. It's Paris comes up, reunites with his family later. But yeah, it's all gets drunk. And it's we're off to go, and and it's good on this one because they are showing Eric Bana as Hector as very honourable, very like they make him straight away very masculine, very assured of himself. Like everybody else is drinking, getting drunk, but he's still like got the wits about him not to go like get absolutely trashed like everyone else because he needs to he's in a foreign territory, he needs to look around him, but he's also protecting his brother as well, and and of course like looking after the interests of Troy. So they make him very, very masculine.
I like his character a lot.
Yeah.
I really do.
I also like Eric Bana a lot. I think he's a good actor.
Yeah, it was a good recovery because my criticism of him as Henry VIII, because he was so terrible as Henry VIII, that this kind of reminded me that he's a good actor. I don't know why I keep getting the Henry VIII in my head. Which one was it? The not the
I can't remember.
the other Boleyn sister or whatever that one was.
Oh
really bad.
yes, I know. Yeah, it's awful, isn't it? Yeah, I know which one you're on about. Oh, I
Yeah.
can't remember what it is. Yeah, it's kind of wipe it from me. But other stuff he does is good. But yeah, they're off to they're sailing back to Troy, and it's kind of like I just want to. Can you do you love me, brother? Do you do anything for me? Isn't it? It's like
How much do you love me, brother? Guess what I've done.
Oh God, I've
Not enough to
stolen-
You
Not a
might be a
war.
little mad at me.
I've stolen the most beautiful woman in the world, kind of like that. But in this, of course, like that difference. She comes of a free will, doesn't she? They're both in love. They're supposed to have this like young romanticized thing. And I'm guessing they did it is because they show Menelaus is quite old. He's like what 20 years her senior, like it's supposed to be, isn't it? So they kind of go in this route. I'm guessing that she's a suitor into it. So that's it. Oh, this is a good thing. Like so when Paris, so I'm going to go is Paris tries to buy her off Menelaus before their duel, what we get later. He tries to buy her. Just gonna like, what an arsehole. And that's why you don't like him in the books, because everything he does, he's like, look, she's in love with me. I've won that because I got the favour of the gods. I'll buy her off you. It's like, what? So yeah, it's good. But yeah, it's where they gone, and yeah, they've the young Trojan prince has got her. So again, Hector's like, bloody right, he's angry. He's like, you're going to start a war. You're going to start a war. And he's like, and he goes, but yeah, I'm not being horrible. I can see why Hector in this version doesn't turn around, because he knows, well, if he turns around, I'm just one ship, one little peeny ship. Like, I'm going to die.
It might be worse.
Yeah, so it might be worse to two princes, or I have to watch Paris get, decapitated or something. So yeah, he's just goes, no, let's go back home to Troy. After find out when Menelaus goes back to see his brother to kind of, will you come to war with me? And he's like, yes, I will, because now I've got a reason, because I've always wanted to do sack Troy. So yeah, he's The reason is, and I'll do it for you, brother. We'll go there to rescue your wife. But yeah, in this version he's just then to agreed to take another city and conquer Troy. So that's it. But yeah,
Daryl, it's like that. It's like that scene in the Blues Brothers. How much for the little girls? That terrible scene in the Blues Brothers.
Yes, and how much for the little girl and the woman too.
All of them, all of the women.
All of them. But yeah, we get this, and then of course the warning is you've got to get Achilles. Without Achilles, that's it. And then he won't listen to me. And he's like that, but he'll listen to one person. So that's it. So we get Odysseus. But yeah, again, this is completely. They didn't fall out until they got to Troy. That's it. So there was a reason. We'll get to that bit. So this is they're all in it because at the moment they're in it because they signed the pact with Odysseus to protect Menelaus and his interest. So yeah, she's been kidnapped. Bring her back. And they brought a force. Let's say that. So yeah, So we get Brian Cox being Brian Cox mean, and that's it. So, and then we get Odysseus, the now Scottish Sean Bean.
Yorkshire. And I watch his he has a YouTube channel on birding, and my dad is into birds. And it's literally Sean Bean walking around his backyard and other places.
Oh, I'm gonna have to look at that.
Yeah,
Yorkshire.
Have to look at that.
Oh, yeah. And they're wonderful. And it's just he's sitting in a chair listening to birds, and you're hearing his voice and the birds. But yeah,
that's fantastic.
I don't know what it's called. Look up birding and Sean. Yeah, he's big into the birds. Yep.
How funny. I would say could they have de-aged him for the new one and then just done that?
This is the question I wanted to say. Like, I love him so much. Why not?
Because he would have been, like, you could have said, even his age now, and because of the trip, was it 20? It's 20 years, roughly, about 20, 25 years.
Well, at the end of the trip, he's at the right age. He's there.
Yeah, so he'll be right. Yeah, might be the right age now. So they could have de-aged him, like, and then he was battered by the sea, so he might have looked a little bit older.
He always looks amazing. Just why? It's just. Oh.
Well, Nolan tends to work with the same actors over and over.
Yeah.
And that's Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. But yeah, he's again he's using his just his wit with these two fellows. He's like, where's Odysseus? Nah, not there. But now we get what's his name?
Patroclus.
Patroclus, yeah.
Patroclus. The names are tongue twisters.
He's getting trained in this with his cousin Achilles. They're not cousins. They're more than likely lovers. Just gonna he would never leave his side or his bedchamber. Just gonna say that. But it is Greece. So he was more than likely, even though Homer never says it, he kind of get it. Just saying. But yeah, in this one, Odysseus goes in there and he plays his tricks with his words to get him to join the greatest fleet that's ever going to set sail. And then, he already knows on a messenger, even though he's on a completely different island, that he's not going to go there because somebody lost his wife. So yeah, he's dead against it. But he kind of plays on, this will be a war that everybody who goes there will be remembered. A war to a war. And I still like about it, there's historians and everything like that. They can't prove that the Trojan War, because we got that place in Turkey, modern day Turkey. It's probably did actually happen, just not how Homer wrote it, but the actual, story about a story, actually happened. It's probably this was actually true, probably scaled down and inflated by Homer. But I love how historians can't prove the Iliad didn't actually happen.
They can't, it's when you want to prove something, you want to be, scientifically accurate. You want to use the, the proof standards. And the place that they found in Turkey, it's Hisarlik, and they have excavated to date. They've excavated 10 cities, one on top of another, on
Oh,
top of another,
10.
on top of another. So
I thought it was 7 for some reason. I didn't
it's
realize it was
kind of
10
like
now.
it's like, yeah, and it originally it was Schliemann, the same guy who's known in the 1870s for his work in Egypt and a whole bunch of other places. But we like to think these stories have to be rooted in some bit of truth, right? That there has to be something of truth that creates these stories. Even I always tell people, even in your own family history, you know, always, take everything with a grain of salt, but also don't dismiss the tall tales, because the tall tales always have a grain of truth. And unfortunately, in my family, the one tall tale that we always dismissed is pretty gruesome, and we always dismissed it, and it was true. We have an axe murderer in my ancestry. We always thought it was a tall tale,
Well, that's
and it
that's something.
actually, yeah,
That's Baltimore.
no, it was in Germany before they made it over
God.
here. But oh yeah, and in Baltimore, yeah, it happened again when she came over here. But
Oh, it's
yeah.
a woman.
Oh yeah,
Oh my God! Don't tell me the movie's made after it. Wants to marry an axe murderer.
my auntie was an axe murderer. Is the article I'm working? Yeah, it's my like 3 times great aunt.
That's a movie. She
My
managed to get
great
across, and then she
grandmother.
just
Yeah,
carried
my
on.
great grandmother's
my
sister.
God.
Yep, she did.
Wow.
But anyway, but yeah, that's why, like, even in mythology and the things that we maybe dismiss sometimes, there's always a hint. You just have to figure out which clues to follow, and there's not going to be gods and supernatural stuff, but some of the things that we like. The round table itself has probably been discovered on the grounds of Windsor Castle. It's a great big round room, and it dates to the time of King Edward, who started the Knights of the Garter. He made a great big round chamber so that everyone was equal, sitting at probably a table in the middle of this round chamber. And Time Team, God bless Time Team, they found it. So anyway, little divergence there, but it would be really, really cool
You watch
to
Time Team.
find
You'll
a
love that.
horse.
That's
It
very
would
British.
be cool to find that horse someday, right? Just like the Lost Ark. You got to keep looking.
There you go. That's in the desert. No, isn't that in the warehouse in America somewhere?
It is. It's in a
The Ark of the
warehouse
Covenant.
in Fairfax County, Virginia, along with a whole bunch of other things. Yep, it is.
There we go. But yeah, so Odysseus and Melipse. I'm gonna say I do like Sean Bean's character. I think he plays it really well, like that. And there's not a lot, like, there's some bad movies he's been in, but when he does serious acting, he nails it. And I just love Sean Bean.
Yeah, I'm a big
Understated.
fan of Sean Bean. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's it. But yeah, we're gonna go, and of course, yeah, it's
I do
but
think.
but I like how he plays on a game like that. He's like, my wife would, will sleep much better if you come with us as well. So yeah,
I do think Sean Bean too. Whenever he's kind of in just like a fantasy kind of setting, like whether it's medieval or this, he tends to also just nail those roles too. Between this, Game of Thrones, Lord of the Ring, he's always enjoyable in this kind of setting.
he's got that
Is
face.
it time?
Hasn't he?
Can we comment on the costumes already?
Yeah, we can.
Do not
And the
remember.
ships.
Yeah, I do not remember. Again, when I saw this movie the first time, I mustn't have been paying attention to the detail in the costumes. Perhaps that's because of Jade. Now I always look very carefully at the costumes. These costumes are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Even in in whatever setting, just this little outside, playing around, practicing sword fight. Look at the costumes.
Well,
Everything.
It's like I know it's leather, it's out of time, but it kind of makes it practical, and they've done it well.
Yeah.
That it doesn't distort your look; it just looks the period. Because not anybody's gonna like, especially we got like 3,200 years ago. Your brain's not gonna remember what was that, but this kind of looks right. So I mean, that's the thing. Even
Yeah,
like
it fits. It sets the right atmosphere.
Yeah, and like how they're dressed, it fits right. Yeah, they're gonna be loose fitting. It's boiling hot, like that. They don't. Yeah, they're so it's all. Yeah, it's all just. It looks right, and I know we're gonna compare that to the Nolan's one. That even the trailer, everything just looked a bit odd. You know,
Well,
it's
one thing I really like about this movie, and it's kind of what I haven't loved from what I've seen so far, the trailers, well, a part of what I haven't loved from what I've seen in the Odyssey trailers. This movie really embraces like color, I think, in a great way that makes the movie look phenomenal between the ocean, the clothing, like this scene.
Yeah,
I really love the Trojan clothing when they have like those blue tunics and the jewelry. Like it looks, and the blue and the white robe that the king wears, they look phenomenal because the colors are just, specifically the blue really is so rich in this movie. And it really just pops off the screen. And I feel like the Odyssey looks very dull in terms of what I've seen in the trailers.
Yeah,
like
it's not in
the world they're building just looks very dull, and it doesn't scream. I've never been to Greece, but I've seen many of photos, and the beauty and just the brightness, the colors, the whites and the blues and the buildings and architecture, and that it just looks so nice in terms of this movie, and compared to what I feel like I've seen in the Odyssey trailers. Unfortunately, I mean, again, it's just the color scheme and the color palette and all that maybe doesn't affect the movie too much, but it's just disappointing.
He did that Inception, didn't he? When he had that grey-blue filter on everything on certain scenes. I think that's what he's done. I think that's what he likes. Or it's an IMAX thing. I don't know. But it's like, I don't know, it was all shot, wasn't it, for IMAX? So it's a bit of a weird choice. I don't like it. It just like, unless it's just for the flashback scenes, I don't know.
It just looks a bit dull.
Yeah. So Achilles goes to see his mother, who kind of gives him the, like, if you don't go, you'll grow old, you'll have kids, their kids will remember your name, their kids will remember your name, but you'll be forgotten. If you go, I've got to tell you, you ain't coming back, but the world will remember your name for millennia. So that's it. So, of course, not in the book, but she is
not a cheerful
I don't know
woman.
like
In this one,
but she's a god. So I don't get, like, this is the only god you see. She's an actual god.
I think they've even grounded her character to just be a regular human. They seem to, which I guess I'll give my opinion on that entirely at the end, but I understand the attempt to kind of ground the story a bit in this to make it just make sense. And it's the difficulty of which we've talked about with the Odyssey is how long it is and how that's going to fit into a 2.5 to 45-minute movie. Yeah. So I get why they did it. It helps you just process the general gist of the story a lot quicker as a viewer. But
because I think I noticed it's not really sped up. But in the Iliad, you're looking around about still before the beginning of it to them setting Sal, well, arriving at Troy. Let's say it's still 5 years, and then it's 10 years of war. So it's 25 like that. So like Odysseus has been gone. Their sea trip at least would have taken around the whole of Greece and then up to like modern day Turkey. In them ships, like that is going to be a nightmare. But
and that's just condensing the timeline. They also have to condense just explaining all these gods and the stuff with Paris, and like they've got to try to tell that in a way that's just quickly digestible to a 2.5-hour movie. So I guess they just figure, let's just ground it and cut all that stuff out.
Yeah, I know they had I think it was in it might have been like late 90s. It's called the Odyssey. There's one for the Odyssey, like a TV series. It's really low budget. It's like more like a Xena Princess Warrior kind of budget. But so I'm going to sneeze. Am I? Like, when you got that pigeon, like, I'm going to sneeze.
It's just kind of sitting there waiting.
You're like, oh my god, I'm going to sneeze. But they've not done, like, you could easily do a 10-season Game of Thrones, but you're gonna have to have the money. If you want to dish it all out, you could actually have something like, it's going to be 100 million each episode, but we can do it because you've got the technology now to make it look crazily good, have that different thing. Because I think, and Sandy's going to agree with me, the only version I've ever seen where they've mixed the gods well with mythological is 1984 Clash of Titans. Only time they've ever done it really, really spot on. Like the modern Clash of the Titans with Liam Neeson. It's not Liam Neeson. Not good. It's
Sam Worthington and Liam Neeson is in it, I believe, right? Doesn't he play?
Yeah, he plays
Zeus, right? Yeah.
Good old Ray Harryhausen.
Going to freak you out. Is Zeus is not Zeus in the books. It's called Job.
Oh, really?
Freak you out. Yeah, it's not like that is. I think later on that it got changed to the Zeus. Sounds better.
Like that. Yeah, I didn't know that.
But we get, as everybody knows, the greatest armada the world has ever seen. Was it over a thousand ships? So yeah, it's that's it. That would have taken ages. But we get Troy with their great walls, and of course they've kind of, I'm guessing a pigeon's told them that it might be happening. Why has Troy never been conquered? Anybody know?
I don't know.
No,
I
I
thought
just
they
always
say
assumed
because
the
of the
walls.
walls.
Yeah, the walls are blessed by gods.
Oh,
So you
okay.
can
That's
never
why.
be
Of course, naturally.
penetrated. They can never be climbed and never be penetrated. There you go.
So-
So it was a blessing.
Unfortunately, right before we selected this film, I would have had an on the scene report from this place. This place really exists
Yes.
in Malta, and my daughter was there 3 weeks ago.
Oh, no kidding.
And she
That's so
was
cool.
there.
I mean,
And I'm
great.
like, did you take she didn't get a whole picture. She's not like me. She's like, not, she experiences it, but she didn't really take a lot of photos. But yeah, this is in Malta, and she was there. And it is now the beach. There's a tiny beach, like tiny. The beach scenes were filmed elsewhere, but the walls themselves, and you'll see, I did grab a picture off the internet, not from my daughter's camera, to share. But what an amazing place. Now the background, kind of, this is practically shot, but there's probably CGI in that the background way back there with all those buildings, because today those are all modern buildings behind this castle.
That's it. But yeah, we get the homecoming of Helen, and like that, and then the boys are coming back to the summer. But yeah, like
this family, they obviously loved each other. As much as they love their people. I mean, a very interesting family, very committed to their country, very committed to each other. No matter what stupid stuff my son does, I'm going to welcome him and his new Princess of Troy. And even though they're going to cause a war, well, I got your back, son. That wouldn't happen in my
Prius
family.
was known as the best leader of them all.
Just a good guy.
Yeah, there was only one other person that was on the Greek one who was blessed by the gods, had outlived everybody like by 3 centuries, and he was like really, really old. And did that, but Prius was known. I'm honourable. I would he looked after the people. He was very good. But of course, what they don't miss in this is the daughter keep on going, Paris is here to kill us. Paris is going to kill us all. Put her back. And everybody was like, no, I'm not listening to you. We don't believe you. So anything she said, they just didn't believe. So in this, but yeah, he's what's his name?
Peter O'Toole.
That's Peter O'Toole. When did when did he pass?
I don't know, but he looks
did he?
young in this.
He's got one of those ones where he will look really old or really young.
When he's younger, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see. When did he die?
I don't know, so,
And
2013.
this was our first
81.
Peter. Yeah,
Is that our first Peter O'Toole?
2013. This was our first Peter O'Toole film,
Oh.
which surprises
surprising.
me because
Yeah.
we haven't had Lawrence of Arabia hasn't come up yet. Some of the other ones, but yeah, I was surprised at how kind of young he looks. He would have been 70, about 70. Yeah, he was born or 72. He was born in 1932, so he would have been 72 when this was filmed. And lived a hard life, one of those, hellions.
But I do like in this how they make the Trojan, I suppose, most of the royal family and all the people wear the blue. And that's it that we
Yes.
have that. They cleverly do that. That is a costume design. They're going, how do we distinguish them two? And they do it with,
Aegean
of course,
blue,
the
yes.
battle. Yeah, it's very clever, and it's going like that. But we get. Yeah, I want to introduce you to Helen of Sparta, Helen of Troy now, like that. So yeah, it's it's embrace and all that, and then we get, of course, Hector back with his wife. What's her name? But this is again, he was obsessed with his wife and his son. That was it. That was his life. So,
And even her character, she would certainly have a reason to be pissed off at Paris. for bringing
Yes.
this down on
Everybody didn't like Paris. Because of course he's been away as a kid and he's turned up and he's like, I'm Prince, and I brought her. And then
what is
and
she,
it was,
Polydora? Is that her?
I can't remember her. I think it might be, yes, and I can't remember the son's name. But this is again they've just gone like, come on, like there is no coming back now. That's it. They've all like, and then there's a lot of we get later about like the gods, you know, the signs from the gods, and it's like we kind of got to do it. And I'm like, yeah, they kind of know. I think Hector, his leadership, kind of in the movie at least, is trying to indicate we have no choice now. Like she's here. It's like that. So we're going to war, whichever way we do it. And of course, they have the Great Walls, and that's it. So like their walls have never been penetrated. So yeah, it's kind of bring it on. So yeah, it's that's it. But yeah, I think like this is where we get what's the name? Achilles falls in love with her in this.
I know. Hang on.
No, begins with a P.
I'm looking.
It's God, is it
Briseis
or something?
Briseis. Yeah,
Briseis. Yes,
Briseis. Not in this pod. Like that. There's other people who were involved before hers. So yeah, she's not in it, but she's in the Iliad, and they just play around with the character names. Don't know why. It was somebody else, but I think it was another Kassan or something like that. Who we'd got that. But what an epic place this would have been. I love this. Like if these like ancient cities, like because they were sandstone or whatever, like disintegrated into nothing. But how great would this have been? And I bet you that these kind of not probably this grand scale because it's all CGI a lot of it. I would love to. We were like just even how grand the Egyptian at their peak would have been to see something like that before it's destroyed half it's destroyed now, to actually see it all marbled in gold and plated and everything like that. It would have been it's just history. It's just history. That's it. But yeah, this is Hector. Just give his things as like, I can't throw him away. He's my son. And the Prius in this, when I don't like how I'm the king, but I'm going to be dismissive. And he kind of goes, he's very dismissive of Hector, even though Hector is the lead of the army. And he's just trying to give his counsel, really. He's like, look, we should send her back home. Get a boat, send her back home. That'll be the end of it. And he's like, no, if we do, Paris will follow her, and that's it. So it's kind of it's now Helen's fault that we're going to have a great war. So so they're up, and it's whilst they're chatting away, we get the morning call of something's going to happen, isn't it? So we get everybody preparing. Like this bit is just everybody's prepared. Like we're getting I suppose, like what life in Troy is like before the war. A little bit peaceful. So that's it. Yeah. But
and I like the little wooden carved. I don't know if it's a lion or whatever he's got there.
Oh yeah, he's made.
Kind of appears again in the little wooden horse that the guy is carving in front of Odysseus.
Yeah. So, but we get the call. And I'm like, just seeing, oh, damn it. And you got to think, like, they purposely, I know this, or like the director wanted to do it if, like, you looked out at sea and what, in the Second World War, what the Germans would have seen at Normandy and just seen, oh, shit. Just that moment of, like, is that a boat? Oh, another one. So he did it purposely to make sure it all came over the horizon. And that's it. But yeah, it's a call to arms. And of course, Achilles' ship is heading first.
Way out in front.
What's he doing? He's going to take the beach by himself, isn't he? So yeah, he's that things. And he gears up. He's men. He's like, we can do this. Whilst, Hector's lot, we need to get the men in from the farms. They have like, we got to get them armed to go give that. But it's and then we get like
you stay and watch the boat.
Don't need you now. And it's like because he's what are called what's his men? They give me a nickname in this. The
I forget.
Armand Moors, something like that, isn't it?
I can't remember.
But he's like, and he cheers him up. He's like, that beach is for you, for your taking. Let's go for it. And yeah, we get our first kind of, again, let's watch Achilles kick ass. And he's just showing that, you know, it's not at this point, he's not just good. His men are really good, and they will follow him and do the things. And they've like, tactics that are probably more Roman, but or Viking. But yeah, he kicks in whilst everybody's saying a thing, and then we get, of course, we just get that bit where we see the Ajax. And I'm guessing this is supposed to be, and I said this off screen, there's two Ajaxes. There's Ajax the Lesser and Ajax the Greater. So I'm guessing this is the greater one, just because it makes sense.
Yeah, I would imagine.
But yeah, it's now they off to sack the temple of Apollo, and it's whilst they've just killed everyone, it's he would have desecrated the thing. This would have been Hollywood. Even about them time, they wouldn't have done that. like that. They would have been shit scared of the gods, because all the priests were the only ones who were allowed to talk to him. So it's you wouldn't desecrate. But it's he's the I suppose patron saint, as I guess in what we would call day of Troy, isn't it? So that's why he desecrates it. But I do like this. This is again just showing I've got power. And even Hector comments later, he threw an unimaginable throw, and it's great. I do like this because he does it with so much power, but I'm still like, could the guy got out of the way? What's that spear coming towards me? So, but, it's a thing. But then we get our first little showdown with Hector and Achilles, after Achilles' men have desecrated and killed all the priests and taken their treasure. It's again, this is what kind of sword cuts through? Maybe it's just plated.
Papier-mâché statue.
This is where Achilles won't fight Hector because he wants people to nobody's here to watch. So what's the point?
He's taunting him, and he wants a show.
And he's like, well, again, he's like, well, who cares? Once you're dead, like Hector's like, once you're dead, who cares? You know, and he's like, no. But we know that Achilles is, according to the movie, is I'm here to look, I'm here to make a name. And I'm not going to kill the greatest warrior apart from me when nobody can see it. So it's like, now, go and go away. We'll have our war tomorrow. Get some wine, make love to your wife. We'll have our war, and that's it. So it's done. But then we get the famous salute where, it's Achilles. With Achilles, we're gonna win. We're gonna win. He just took the beach by himself. So it's and it was known. Without Achilles, the I suppose Greek army. They wouldn't have been themselves. So it's slightly different. That's it. But we get everybody else. So we get Ajax is he's and all the gods, they're more all the heroes, and this is where they've taken a prize. In the book, she's taken a different battle, and then this one is not the one. This is not, if I remember rightly, because Agamemnon has a priest. Has a priestess who was the daughter of the high priest of Apollo. And when we get later, we get the bit about the plagues. It was Apollo killed half the Greek army by sending a plague across them because he took the priest's daughter. That's it. So this is slightly different because Agamemnon gave up the priest, and then went, well, I want a woman. So he took Achilles because he was so low in rank. And at this point, they were starting to get pissed off with each other. And all it was to do was with every time they sacked something or took something, it was like, but I want that. And it was very petty in the book. But I want it. I want that. I want the gold crown. But I haven't got a gold crown. I want yours. It's that kind of moment. So and that's it. So here we go, Sandy. I'll let you have a that moment as we can't do our ones. So
Very strategic.
Very
strategic camera angle there.
But we get then Achilles kind of realizes, well, like by smelling that, you're royalty. You smell too good. You talk back to men. So yeah, I like that. He goes, yeah, you. That's it. But in this, he kind of nicely says, in a way, I'm not gonna have my way with you. I'm gonna like that because yeah, he's trying to talk to her. Yeah, may not have happened in the real wartime, unfortunately, for those who were captured. But yeah, we get and then him summoned to a war council, I'm guessing like that, where they're paying tribute to Agamemnon, where it's again they're showing their fractured relationship already. It's like the beach belonged to Prius, it belongs to me now, kind of like, and it was like, yeah, but Achilles is just keeping stum. Is like because he knows, no, it was me, and like that. So it's like, yeah, who's going to remember like a warlord? I think they call him a warlord in this, don't they? Not a prince.
I think so.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, who's going to remember? Yeah, people remember kings, not soldiers. And he's like, yeah, he goes, well, yeah, you can have whatever you want. And he's like that. And by this time, yeah, I've taken my prize. So again, completely different to the book. It's like, yeah, but this is where Achilles is drawn back down, or I'm going to kill you all. He's like that, and he taunts Achilles again, like even like I'm going to make a bath my feet and all that. And then Achilles calls out, doesn't it? You sack of wine. What is it? I will see you think. What is actually taken from the Iliad? So that did actually happen. It was just.
But is a sack of wine, is that a bad thing? It doesn't sound like. Oh, okay.
I think it's like yeah, like you're just a drunk. You're not.
Just like look at you
gotcha.
bowl. Yeah, a bowl of worthlessness. Yeah.
Bowl of porridge, sack of wine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a couple of things like there's that directly taken. But then we get the burials, the first ones who things. That's what it is. So they're the Troy are burying their dead. The Greeks are burying their. Whilst we get back to Prius, and then again, they're making that Hector kind of needs his men to do what and sort stuff out. Whereas this all are, well, we got to listen to the superstitions about the gods. So they believe the gods are on their side. The gods are going to tell them, and they have one priest of like a hawk or something like there was in their talons. I can't remember what he says now. So,
it was a hawk with a snake in the talon.
Yeah,
that's it. Oh, it's an omen. We can defeat
everything's
him.
An omen.
So yeah, and that's it. So yeah, of course. They wouldn't have backed down for the priest. The priest could do whatever they kind of wanted, probably back then.
They could make up anything.
I'm kind of made. Yeah, I've made sure it's in my favor. I can communicate with the gods. Can you? No. So yeah, so they're all having their words, and yeah, it's with Paris again. I really love her, and then he gives him the sword of Troy.
Why do you give it to him? What a weakling.
Yeah, but yeah, okay.
He loves his
Just gonna leave
kids.
that one. Yeah, that's it. Give it a sort of things, but we get. Yeah, she's really unutilized in this because they're completely besotted in the book. They're like really, really in love. But again, it's like, yeah, he's clever. He's like, I've got to do this. We got to do that whilst. Yeah, Helen's lucky enough. He bumps into her as she's going to escape.
Yeah, seriously. If you're going to make this even worse, don't be stupid.
Yeah, that's it. But of course, in the book, she's a captive like that. So yeah, she ain't going to roam freely by herself. He could have just left her. What's going to Menelaus isn't going to kill her. So yeah, it's off they go. But they get the next day is we get Achilles is like, I'm not going to fight anymore. So like that, until he apologizes, we're going to stand down. So he kind of just sits there again, kind of feeling sorry for himself, playing. Yeah, kind of loosely in the book, a little bit different, but yeah, it's near enough spot on. Achilles was like, I ain't fighting, you're a twat. Yep. Like that. Very, very, that's the best way to do it. And then they're both being idiots themselves, but like Achilles is doing it for just stupid reason because he thinks the more he will get, the greater name he will have. like that, the back home. So that's it. So it's yeah, it's a bit silly. But then we get our first battle again before our little showdown of Hector and Paris will meet Menelaus and Agamemnon and the rest of the gang, I suppose you want to call it. So they're all preparing for battle, and yeah, it's let's do a little what do they call it?
Parlay.
Yeah, guessing a parlay is let's I want, and this is where we have Agamemnon does what his little speech is like. I want you to submit to my rule. Every time I call on Troy, they got on that, and he's like, and then Hector's like, no son of Troy is ever gonna submit to a fallen ruler. Then you all die. But then Menelaus goes, I know she's up there. I want your head. So they kind of make another agreement. Kind of Paris kind of interjects, doesn't he? He's like, let us fight it the old-fashioned way. Which is not really old-fashioned, it's the way.
The way,
just the current way.
Just the current way, of Menelaus will have a fight with Paris. Kind of happened, but not how this happened. So I'm going to, because it's going to spoil one of my quiz questions. So in this, we get the battle of Paris and Fig. Yeah, he is even more cowardly in the book than he is here.
Oh man!
So that is showing. And the problem is everybody then doesn't like him because he's all like the whole premise of the thing is I am every man has to be honored, like honorable. They have to like that. If you're going to go out and die, you're going to against the better man. You can't run away. You just got to do it. You've just got to take it. That's it. So when he does what he does,
way, man. Today is a good day to die. And then this guy what a little squirmy worm. Ugh.
So it's he. And then again, like Menelaus, just his power, just out doing, and it's just, and it was known as well that in the thing they make a thing that he's not a good sword fighter. Paris is not good. He's good. He's an archer. He's not a sword fighter. So that's it. So he goes against him. It's moment has come, and of course he squirrels back to Hector, and Hector's like, the fight
this is the
over.
Worst. Like Hector, you got to kick him in the head. Then I mean, this looks so bad.
But it's like no, the fight. I will kill him at your knees, like that, and then of course Hector kills Menelaus. That's it. Now, I'm going to end my quiz early. Do you know who it is? Let's say, because it's going to think. So do you know who didn't survive the Trojan War? And I'm going to tell you one of their names right now. So we're going to knock out one of them.
Survive?
So I know Agamemnon did. That's the one I know definitely did.
He dies
survive.
later on when they get home, or when he gets home.
Menelaus, he survives. He doesn't die.
He survives too. Okay. So
he
it's Paris then.
So my vote was Paris, so it's not Helen, right?
Paris. He is the one. So we're going to go with that. So do you want to quickly know how they all die at the end, except for
sure.
Yeah.
So Agamemnon, he dies brutally because he's shagging somebody else, and he goes home after this, and he gloats to his wife, and he still keeps on shagging this girl. So his wife, and I can't remember if it was in the bed or in the bath, but she brutally gets pissed off and brutally stabs him to death.
I believe the bath.
Yeah, is it the bath? Okay, yeah.
I believe it's the bath. I think she throws something over him and gets him in the bath.
Brutally.
I thought it was that she was having an affair. Not an affair. I thought it was she had a husband when he was gone. Or is it the other way?
It's like no, it was him. He picked up the priestess, whatever. Sorry, that is. What's her name in this? Who Achilles loves?
Hang on.
Briseis.
There's the character is called something else, and that's who he falls in love with, and he's shagging her.
Oh, okay. I had it backwards. I thought she took a new lover when he was gone for all that time, and then it spilled out.
And then Paris dies before the end of the Trojan War. He gets just killed in a battle, just really done, just literally really. And they do it in a way that you like. Good.
That's what you get. I mean, you started all this war for nothing.
Nobody cares about it. Yeah, so he dies in a battle. Menelaus kind of grows old and dies with his love, Helen.
Really?
Helen goes back to him, yep.
Helen goes back, and they just kind of he lives for years and years.
I didn't
That's
remember
it.
that.
So they just because she picked him. So they're actually she still loves him. So when Paris dies, she has still feelings for Paris, but it kind of degrades over time. So yeah, they go back in each other's arms. Was kind of a love story in itself. He got his love back, and she got her love back. So there we
All
go.
that for
End of
nothing.
poll.
They could have just stayed
There we
where they
go.
were in
So,
the first place.
So who didn't survive? Paris. But in this, of course, he gets the sword of Troy, and then he ends up doing that escape thing at the end, doesn't he? But yeah, in this, Hector kills Menelaus, and then of course the pact. They deceived the pact, and it's like, let's go to war. So they all go, and yeah, I'm a little bit of a stupid. Let's attack them right next to the walls, and they're like, we're not going to move. We're just going to like use our archers like that. We can just pin you back, and you can just keep on coming. Now, I must say, good thing by the casting directors here. They made sure all the people when they were doing the fighting or running were ex-military. They made sure, like, they went like from wherever it was. They were like, we just want ex-military people like that, because they could figure out how to kind of march, look correctly, like in patterns. So yeah, very very
Awesome.
clever. But yeah, this is where we just keep firing like that, and we get now. What a weapon! I must say, you can have a weapon.
Oh yeah.
Like, you're gonna be scared of that. What you got? I ain't got. Like, I've just got this huge, like, I don't even know what you call it. It's not even
Hammer axe. Yeah.
It's like hammer axe, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, him and Hector fight, and then Hector kills, I'm guessing, one of the Ajax. None of the Ajax died. Not in Troy. The lesser survives. Everything goes back home. Just a little sad one. What is quite sad, because we know the story, of course, with Achilles dying. So they give Achilles armor afterwards to all the kings. Achilles promised his armor to Ajax. So when he got back, because it was mostly given to Odysseus because of what he did with the thing, he committed suicide. He was so distraught of it. He was that they all betrayed the agreement. He got back home and took his own life. So that's it. But in this, he goes out in a good little way, innit? Like it like that. I'm guessing they're just trying to make it into a thing.
That was a good fight.
A good fight, but I would like to see more Ajax, because he's like, you can see his kick ass. They do him a bit dirty. Like they end him a bit of thing.
Yeah.
But again, it's to show Hector is second only to one. So yeah, it's but then we get Achilles just looking on, and even they notice that, don't they? They notice that Achilles is not within the fight. So we get the battle, and of course it's Odysseus. After he's like, you need to pull back. You're gonna lose your army. So he's like, I've never retreated from a battle yet. Mm-hmm. You won't have an army. So yeah, he retreats them back, and it all happy days. That's it. But yeah, it's when they get to that, and then they all follow. I like, again, it's just showing how clever and honourable Hector is when he goes, don't give them the mistake. We're in range of their archers now, but also send an envoy for them to pick up their dead. So they can. And he goes, well, they even say, don't they? Would they have done that? Would they have done the same for us? And he's like, I don't care. Kind of
doesn't
like
matter.
Doesn't
He's
matter.
going to do the honorable thing.
Yeah, I'm doing the honourable. So yeah, we get the game pyres at the night, and we can also get Agamemnon burn his Menelaus' body, and I don't think we get one, but he's putting the coins on his eyes. Mm-hmm. What's the problem with that? Sandy, don't answer, because you probably know.
Okay, but I do know this one. Go ahead.
Oh, I don't know.
What's the problem? Coins weren't even invented.
I don't think they used coin. Right, they didn't use coins.
I thought that was always part of the mythology on it, though. No, for the River Styx.
I think it's later on, but yeah, the coins.
Coins as long as I've been interested in Greek mythology, I thought that was always something they've done, was the coins on the eyes.
It is to pay the ferryman, but it's later. And like back then, they were still trading. And I think, honestly, when they show the the scene of picking the seashells, and that's more likely than coins at this point in time. And then there was no point in coinage because you weren't, each little kingdom, each little area would have had its own currency. So the way you traded was in the actual goods or the actual gold or the actual silver. You didn't mint it into coins because it didn't mean anything when you were crossing the border. These were small-ish, compared to today, these were small-ish, little, there was Ithaca and Thessaly, and they would have all had their own. So they were all trading in the actual goods or the actual gold or silver or salt. They would have been trading in the spices and salt too. But it makes for good cinema.
That's it. But yeah, we get back and then again they're arguing. Again, Odysseus like, you've got to get Achilles. Like, you've got to get Achilles. Like that. So yeah, it's here we go. Oh, Greece. Here we go. Ancient Greek used coins, but I know we love a bit of facts.
So about 200 years too early.
500, isn't it? So it's 12th century.
Well, this is that's right. It was written. It was written in like what, 800 BC, but it was about 1200, right?
12 BC. Yeah.
So 500 years too soon.
But yeah, it's like, I don't want to think it's like you. Oh, that again. They're doing Odysseus really well because he's just like, look, I'm going to tell you the truth. Without Achilles, one, the men aren't going to fight anymore, and he's just like, but he's an idiot. So yeah,
he's
they
so
finally
annoying.
Yeah. So like they agreed to give her back, and then they kind of. I don't like this bit. This is the only bit I don't like in the movie. That would you like? She plays the Stockholm syndrome. It's a bit too. I don't get why they wanted to give a love story of of Achilles when you've got Helen and Paris and then Hector and his wife. You've got those already, but I guess
another one.
Like you don't. Yeah, it's just a bit odd. Like, and then she finds sympathy for him because. You are who you are. You're a killing machine. So you know that's what the gods gave you. So that's what you have to do. So yeah, she's just starts. Oh, I fall in love with you because I'm sorry for you. And then he falls in love with her in a way because she's actually talking to him normally. It's a bit odd. But yeah, this boy, it's like, I could kill you. She's not, and then of course, has his way. Has his way. But she's. I won't tell you how old she was. The actual captive in the book. Let's say you'll be arrested and sent to prison for a long, long time. For what Achilles done. But Achilles was still quite young. But yeah, she was very, very, very young. Let's say just about a teen. Let's say that. But of course, it's not the same character. That's it. But yeah, everybody's ready to go. So this is where this is.
This blue, I'm liking. I do. I like this shade. There's something about this shade of blue. And Jay, you're right. Like,
Royal,
it just looks good. It also helps you to know which side is which. They're obviously very. I like it.
But
nice goblet too.
He's got his leather plain and very humble, very intelligent, and then you got Agamemnon who has jewels on his, so he's like a stature above everybody else, like that. I've got to show off a little bit, and yeah, it's good, but yeah, we're gonna go home, and it's he's made the decision. He's gonna take her back. We're done, and and everybody's we're a bit pissed off. So yeah, it's again back to Prius and all that. Again, it's like we're winning because of the gods. They desecrated the house of Apollo. We've got them on the backs, and he's like, we're going to go out and attack them now because of a sign of, I can't remember what sign it was. Somebody else, like another god sign. So whilst they're all getting ready to go home, of course, we get the first attack on the ships by the Trojans.
I'm liking that. I
Yeah.
like the little, roly-poly
Yeah.
set on fire
I
things.
don't like. Yeah. What
I
it be
know,
made
not
out of?
historically
Like hay?
accurate, but I like them.
Hay? I'm guessing they just like doused it with
Yeah.
some like flammable.
Yeah, something
rolling it out.
In the
flammable or
film.
something that like
Yeah.
flammable and maybe sticks because
some
it looks like
tar.
it
Yeah.
incinerates everything
And
it goes by.
I do like it because there's one you see one little I'm guessing stunt actor was like, I'll get hit with it, don't worry. And then you realise how slow they're going. You're like, you could have just
just dodged.
Just stepped, just go to the left. It's like, but yeah, they're getting that. And of course, mornings are rising. And of course, who's turning up? Well, in Achilles' armor, is Patroclus. Now so all the Greeks. Yeah, we've got him back. So yeah, it's the fight. But now we get the showdown that everybody's been waiting for. Is, well, of course, Hector think it's Achilles in the armor, of course. Then it's not, it's Patroclus, and then he slices his throat, and it ends with, and then it's revealed who it is, and then he gives him a quick death. That's it. Didn't happen. Didn't happen. It was Achilles refused to fight, but everybody knew it was Patroclus, that he was wearing Achilles' armor to go there. So he went there knowing it was only Hector didn't know, of course, but all the Greeks knew who it was. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't a shock. That's it. But of course, though it wasn't his cousin, Achilles was still pissed like that. So yeah, it's different. But I'm guessing they wanted to say on this one is the reason they didn't go home, but the reason they were never going to go home anyway.
But this one, I don't get his total anger. I get it. You lost someone you loved, but in the film, he was impersonating you. Mm-hmm. Hector didn't know, and you were expected to fight Hector. So, and when Hector realized it, yes, he finished him off so as, to end his suffering.
Because they don't do in this is show they all have a pact. So they all will do their revenge. Oh,
they still have to.
So if one died, they all will honour that, and they will kill whoever did that. Most of them, of course, don't know, because in the book, it's very graphically done how they die. But they die by, of course, just another soldier. Very graphically explained. I mean, like, some of it is really brutal. It's like how people die. A lot of the princess, king, when they go into battle, and other people, like he will show, like, they cut out their intestines, like slit through the thing, and he goes into like the brutality of it. But a lot of it is they don't know who killed who, like that, because he's going it's one big battle.
Yeah.
Such and
how
such of like just fell. But this actually did happen. But slightly different. But this is, he's comes out pissed off. One, that they went to kind of into battle without him because he stood them down. And then he's Patroclus. He wore your armor. He moved like you. We didn't know. And he kicks the guy out like things. This actor's he's always the lieutenant. He's in 300, isn't he? He's like one of the lieutenants or something. Captain.
Is he?
Which one is he? What's his name?
I can't remember what his name is.
I'm
sure he's in 300.
List of actors, none of them looked like this guy, and I can't.
Go on,
is
chat.
This guy? This isn't Nestor, is it? Is it Tecton? Mark Lewis Jones?
I
don't know.
Sure.
None of
the worst thing is that, like, their pictures, are going to be out of date now, isn't it? From like.
Is it Trevor Eve? It's not Trevor Eve.
No. Chat. Go on. No, Vincent Regal. There you go. And
Eudorus.
He's also he's the captain in 300, and he's also there we go.
He's Eudorus,
and he's always also in House of Dragon. Yeah.
He's in the Netflix One Piece, the live action.
Yes.
Okay. He plays Luffy's grandfather, the Admiral Garp.
Yes.
Is it? I think.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, Luffy's grandfather. That's no kidding, huh?
Yeah,
I wouldn't have recognized him at all.
No, he's like he pops up and you're like, I kind of recognize your face, but I don't know who you are.
Well, that's kind of what I thought was like he felt recognizable, but I couldn't pinpoint it. Now that I can kind of age the face a bit to match what he looks like now in the One Piece show, I can see it.
Yeah, so we get that. So they're all pissed off, and then of course now Hector is telling his wife there's a secret passageway. Like, even though you're Prince of Troy. I'm just going to let Princess of Troy. Yeah, this is a passageway that goes out to the sea, and this is kind of to very much as well to close up what actually happened to them all, because it's not really explained in the book. But yeah, off they go. But he's being honourable. He's like, oh, he knows what he's just done. Hasn't really told her. He knows what's coming. So he's going to I need an end game for my family. I need them out, because without me, the city's probably going to fall. And he's not been big-headed. He was known as well that the best two fighters is Achilles, then Hector. That was known in the world. In the books, it's where he ranks. But of course, Achilles is indestructible, near enough. It's like going against the Hulk, I suppose. Mm-hmm. But yeah, he burns it. But everybody's now, we've always that kid, that boy has just saved us the war, just whilst the war. Nobody's going home now. So yeah, it's ready for the battle. And then of course, we get Paris. Again, it's setting up that he's firing off the arrows, and he's very accurate with this.
Legolas. So, it's the...
they probably went, you can use a bow, can you? Okay.
He was actually he was better in The Lord of the Rings. I don't know, the way he's holding, unless they were trying to make it like he's not a good archer here, but he's supposed to be a good archer, so I don't know.
Yeah, he's supposed to be, a very good archer. Yeah, farmer first, but archer second. But yeah, then, of course, Achilles is off, and of course, his friend comes on and goes, no, not today, get off. So he's going on their own early in the morning. What a scene. So like that, and then it's just it's great, just that pull up, and I like how the shots of just that, oh, here he comes. Like that, just like that. And this bit kind of is true, and I will get to the bits that aren't true, because a lot of it of course goes with the gods. Just that run up, and then him calling out to Hector, near enough completely, except for probably Hollywood, where he's just shouting out his name, Hector, Hector. But in the books, lo and behold, Hector went to meet him. So he said his goodbyes. Do you know what the difference is? When Hector got out, what did Hector do? Realised what was going, got shit scared, and ran away.
Oh no! Really?
And he got done dirty by the gods. Now I love this. This I think is brilliant. So I think this is funny.
No better than Paris at this point.
So he got there, realised,
I
can't
where
beat
he runs
him.
Around the city. He runs around the entire city.
Yeah, he runs around the city,
God.
and then it's Athena, I think, because she's with takes away. So Achilles throws his last spear, and then he turns. Has Achilles about to he's got no weapon. He's got no weapon. That's it. And then goes to fight him at last without a weapon. And then Athena gives him his weapons back, and then he stabs him once, and it's done. So very quick. Most of it is got shit scared, ran around, boom. But it's one strike, one done. And that is a lot of Homer's writing. There is not a battle scenes. It's literally, if you get hit, you're dead. That's
done.
it. One hit, one dead. But this,
which is probably more accurate. I mean, in some of these battle scenes.
I don't care. I'm having this scene.
This is
a
an
really good battle.
Improved way of telling it, in my opinion. The battle's good.
This is and just their back, and the line about the pack of let's make a pack in the book. Yep, they Achilles was like, no, I'm gonna you'll have no eyes. That was that's what his words, and that's what I'm guessing scared Hector, because Hector knew he was going to his death. He knew he wasn't going to win, so there was no doubt about it. So when he said, "No, I'm going to make you blind, you'll be laughing in the underworld," that's kind of probably one of the reasons, but it's not very loosely. That's why he ran away until he kind of and then the gods intervened and then helped out Achilles. But this is brilliant. It's just a taunt. Make sure you can see who you are. That's it. And then the fight, the choreography is great. And I did read they made a bet. Every light hit, you owe me $50. Every hard hit, it's $100. Brad Pitt gave Eric Bana $750.
Oh my God.
So,
Wow.
yeah, there we go. Oh, there we go. Just as I was saying it, there you go, Highlander. Yeah, so how funny is that? It's just there you go. And I was like, how badly? Because I'm guessing Eric Bana did hit him a lot of times as well by accident, and then you've done that much more. Yeah, $750 he had to go in. But this scene, it's one of the good. I would put it up there as one of the best choreography, like hand-to-hand combat
It's quite
scenes.
good.
Mm-hmm.
It
It's
is
quite
great.
good.
And it's just like their movements, and it also shows what different people who've read the book is how you like Hector. He's standing his ground. He's gone out honorably. He's against Achilles, but he's giving his all. He's like he's going for it, and he kind of when he swipes him with the knife, and he gets really close to Achilles, and Achilles is like put back. He's like, hold it, somebody just hit me, and he's like that. But yeah, and that bit when he's like, get up for the stone and all that. But yeah, it's great. But yeah, that last bit takes him out, bit wins him, and and he ends. It's just you miss it because, especially in the books, Hector is so honourable. Even though when he runs and he gets killed, you like Hector. And you do not like Achilles. Nobody you can't draw to Achilles. Achilles is an absolute idiot in the book. He's not a likable guy. So when he comes up against Hector, and Hector's doing it for his family, and you go, and he's just doing it just because he can be grand, and just like that, I just like, oh. And in this, every time I'm like, oh, I just want Hector to win. Let me win one. Let me do an alternative version. Because Eric Bana is playing great, and they do make it. Hector's a man's man, honourable, a good fighter. He's a great leader. He's like honourable to his wife. He's got a young baby. So when this happens, and of course when he drags him off, ties him back, and they've all got to watch, and it's all Paris's flipping fault.
It's all his fault. I know, and especially when the wife is being comforted by Helen.
Yeah.
If I were the wife, I would have decked her right then and there. I mean, just
oh, but yeah, it's drags him back and then just leaves him there, and then of course she knows if he comes back, my cousin is dead. So yeah, it's like that's it, and then. I think he go out, but releases it, and then we get an old man turn up, and does this? Do you think it happened?
How did you get here? Don't you think I know my country?
Do you think this happened in the book? Yes or no?
Oh, I don't know.
No.
Sandy, yes or no?
I'm going to say no.
You would be wrong. It actually did happen.
Oh, did it?
He did it. Slightly different, but literally near enough word to word about kissing your hands and feet and all that. I've got to be the man who, I kissed the hands of the man who killed my son. Literally, this bit is literally taken near enough word to word. So they really did this really well. But yeah, and I think O'Toole, he does it well. He's like a grieving father who's there to pick up his don't want to clean, want to take him back, give him the rights, and I've got to be nice to the man who's just, I've just seen just kill my son. I think I love this scene. I think it's very, very good. It's and then of course the breakdown from Achilles after this scene is good. It makes it humblizes, I suppose, like that. He actually has feelings because upon this, he's not really had feelings. So this is different from the book. He gives him the honour back, but it's not like he goes out and give me a moment, and he does break down with the figures. I like it. You don't really see it in this one, but let's say the birds are being at him, like his face has literally been mutilated. But yeah,
well, that I think is from Achilles' promise to him beforehand, which was take out your eyes, your tongue, and your ears, so that you're blind, deaf, and stupid in the underworld. Which was a hell of a threat to lay on somebody.
Back then, it's like you because
right. And I think he adds so that everybody down there laughs at you. I mean, again, you're going after the guy's honor, his afterlife, everything. It's a hell of a threat.
Yeah, that's why I like when people were decapitated, they had to find their head to give it back to the body. So otherwise they would be headless, like in the underworld. They needed to be buried or burnt, like that. So it's good. But so he takes off the body back, and he's like, and he makes a pact. No, my men will give you escort. Trust me. Nobody is going to mess with you. Like, he's got like 20 men, and he's like, I've got the whole Greek army, and we can end it right now. Don't worry, nobody's going to worry you. And of course, and he finds out. He's very pissed off. What? He makes a pact, and then
my war by 12 days. What?
Yeah, he's like makes the pact of the ceremony, and this is where the movie in this doesn't really give it, because he's pissed off. It's 12 days. They've been there probably now in actual time. Probably like 7 months. Probably 6.
Months.
Your months. Sorry, years. Sorry, years. So like 6 years. Yeah, 6, probably 7 years. So like him go 12 days, they'll be like,
is not a big deal.
Who cares? Who actually cares like that? But yeah, he's pissed off. No, we've got to do it. And they're like, the men won't fight when they're about. But yeah, they do the fight again. We get the coins, but I don't mind even the gown, or they make it very royal again. It's just great. I think how they differentiate between the two. They've got their own look, but the culture, they make it like how they burn the bodies and all that is great, and the look. So we get, but yeah, I like how she's sitting with them. You would be pissed off with Helen. You'd be like,
oh my God.
Be evil, glaring, evil. You'd be like, what are you looking at? Every time you're like, you don't look at her. That's my husband. That's it. Oh yeah, it's But we get now is the whilst one of them is making a horse figure. The Odysseus is like, that looks good. What's that?
Little boy. And Odysseus gets an idea. It's still a weird idea. I'm telling you.
But spoilers, as it's not, I'm not going to say spoilers. So this happens after Achilles dies.
Oh yeah, because he's not.
He dies before the end of the Trojan. No, he dies by the end of the Trojan War. And do you know how he dies? He does get killed by Paris. Paris just does a lucky shot from the castle walls. Yeah. That's how he dies, and it's a shit death. And that's it. That's how Achilles dies. Just a lucky. Like they kind of make out like in this
didn't dunk him all the way. If you're gonna dunk your kid in the river Styx, make sure you get the entire foot and the heel in there.
Yeah, I do like how they kind of do that in this. They kind of make it like it's a broken when they do it when he does get shot. It kind of breaks. He's not being able to be penetrated. No, that's it. Yeah. So, but yeah, he dies way before that, and this is the point in the kind of books is nobody wants to fight. All the Greeks go, we can't win this now without Achilles, and then Odysseus comes up with this plan. It's everybody knows it. What?
It makes no sense. It makes no sense. No, it's okay.
Yeah.
In and of itself, interesting idea. We're gonna all hide in something, right? But for the Trojans to actually bring the thing in, and Paris is the only smart one saying, "Burn it, just burn it. Like, don't bring it in here, burn it." And they bring it in, and then they're dancing around it, and then nobody hears anybody. This is where I know it's mythology, but this is one of the weirder.
Yeah. I'm not saying bloody well made. I like this more. I must say I like this look more than Nolan's look, where it's up on its two legs, because it makes more sense. Because they got to build it fast, and you obviously from that, and I think it's a good shot. They've built it from the ships,
the
ships that got destroyed. Yeah, so it's a bit obvious when the new one kind of looks like someone's carved it. I don't like that look, but this is good. But yeah, it's was it comes from a thing where Greeks
bearing gifts.
Was it bearing gifts? So that's it. Yeah. What? yeah, it's just how he got fooled. And I'm like, what is it? Well, no, it's not about Greeks going to like, watch out because they're a bit stupid. Like, well, they should. Well, there's a movie, isn't there? That shouldn't be saying. It should be like, watch out, Trojans. They're a bit stupid. Yeah, because like,
It's almost as good as when you're a little kid and you put your hands over your eyes and you think nobody can see you. I mean, that's, it just makes no sense. By the way, great shot. So the lieutenant, Hector's lieutenant there, what has he been in? That's our man,
he's been
James
loads.
Cosmo. He has been in a lot of stuff. In addition to Game of Thrones, he was in Highlander. He was Angus MacLeod in Highlander.
Yes, he was. Yes.
Yes, he was. And he was also in, let's see, what other film was he in?
And do you know what he is, Sandy? He's not from Sheffield or Yorkshire. He actually is Scottish.
That one is Scottish. We'll take that one. And he's also the father in Train Spotting.
And he's in Braveheart.
Oh, no
unfortunately.
kidding.
And he's in.
Oh, yes, he is, yes.
When I was last in the UK, I had just missed, like, there was a small theater performance, and I was walking past Horse Guards Parade, and there was a placard up for, one night only, and it was like 3 actors I hadn't heard of, and James Cosmo, and it was the night before, and I was like, darn, I just missed a live James Cosmo. But he's in everything. He was in Game of Thrones. He's around. So yeah, there he is. So he is now in our 3-film club.
He must have burnt a lot there. He got a bit of a ginger. That brow's going a bit red. He's like, "Fucking give me out some."
Oh yeah. Oh gosh, yeah. You got to think that.
See, look at that. That is so much better. Like I have to get the new one out if anybody has a look. It's just it just looks right. It's still a stupid idea how it actually worked, and nobody knows. But this is where Paris is like, burn it, and they're like, no, we can't. It's a gift to the gods because they believe
Poseidon.
it's going home.
Yeah, it's an homage to Poseidon. Okay.
Yeah, so let's just bring it in. Yeah, it's like that. So they're going off. Yeah, we've won the war, and then it's except for one of their scouts is like, boom, because how did nobody notice? They're just right around the corner, like these farmers. Yeah, it's literally the whole fleet is there. And it's waiting for the night to come. And of course, one of my things. So Paris is already dead as well by this point. So he's already snuffed it as well. So he wouldn't be there as they do in this kill Achilles. But this bit, it's all kind of right, except for who kind of dies. That's it. Except for they sack the city. That's kind of it. The whole point of this is his great plan to get the doors open. Nobody really dies because everybody else, who's supposed to die has already died. This is just for the sacking of the, So there's no like Agamemnon's death at the end. So we're gonna go quick through because we're just seeing the sacking of the city, and this is where she kills he kills Priam, and then I can forget her name.
Which one?
The Achilles' love.
Briseis.
He's trying to find Briseis. So he's trying to chase her. I want to say her. Whilst everybody else is getting out. He's like and then Paris gives up the sword of Troy to randomer whilst Eddie Trojan.
Random unknown dude.
I'm going to sell this. Well, thank you very much.
There's very few decisions Paris makes in this movie. So that feels like it's a good one.
But he goes off to try and save the city, even though it's completely done. And then they're all This is good though. The kind of like a Lord of the Rings last stand, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, like at the Helm's Deep when they get the doors. Yeah, and then of course there's Legolas. He goes on and it's get to the top. Everybody's so he dies. Agamemnon does him until we get to the cop, and then she kills Agamemnon. I'm just going to say it as that because it leads up just because she does it because it gets Achilles in the right place for Paris to do what he's going to do.
I mean, her whole role in this seems to kind of be getting Achilles to this spot for this scene, to be honest with you.
She is very much because she doesn't exist as that character. Mm-hmm. It's a bit of a plot kind of a
Device.
point to get,
Plot
device, to get certain people to certain people because it end it within their time elapse they wanted. So yeah, then we get, of course, Achilles goes and kills them all, and then at the moment it is annoying, even though you know it's going to happen because it's called the Achilles heel for the Achilles heel reason. Is it's he gets just why Paris? Of all the people, I know Paris does kill him in love it. It's just like, why Paris? What an absolute idiot gets him. So yeah, it's
well, especially because in this movie specifically, I like Achilles a lot. I'm rooting for Achilles pretty much the whole movie through. The only thing I don't love is his reaction to Hector, just because obviously I like Hector as well, and we know Hector's a good guy. But generally speaking, you're rooting for Achilles in this movie versus it sounds like in the Iliad he's actually kind of a jerk that nobody seems to like. So it just adds that little extra kind of twist of the knife, so to speak, that like, of course, Paris of all little worms is the one that gets it.
But he is a worm. He is a worm in the book. That's the thing, is he's even worse. Yeah, so that's it. Yeah. But yeah, he gets through the heel as well, that, then a couple more shots, and then he dies, and then go with Paris, get him out, and it's kind of and I like how because he does rip him out, doesn't it? So I'm guessing they're trying to look. He died, got shot in the heel. But about the rest of the wounds? No, look, the heel, look, the arrow. I'm guessing that's what they're going. But also, it's for people who hadn't watched. It's well done for people who doesn't know the story but knows the word Achilles heels.
Right, that knows the general idea of the story.
Yeah, because it works well. Because I think how they do it, I think it's actually quite clever that he got hit, and you can either think it's taken him back to lose his control of being able to block, and then he gets strike down, or somehow that took his vulnerability away, kind of like so it kind of opened him up for a kill shot. Whatever way to do it, I think they did it really well. It's just in the wrong part of the movie, I suppose you want to. But yeah, I like it, and of course, it ends with the great Sean Bean. As because everybody else is dead, and that really Odysseus is the only probably king left, except for probably a couple of the old ones. But yeah, he's bit of there was the history. Remember the word Achilles or something, isn't it? Whilst everybody else is getting out of Troy. And he's doing the burial, and so we say goodbye to Achilles, and that's it. And then of course we go into next week's movie. We can do back to back, baby. That's it. But Sandy, before we go on to what we must we always have our lovely numbers.
Go. So this film, it seems a lot more recent than 20.
Yes.
Yeah, I was almost depressed. Almost depressed when I realized that was 20 years ago. I'm like, geez.
I know. I was thinking it was like I had
22
in my head
years
like 2010.
ago.
Yeah.
I would have said if somebody said I was like 2010, 2012, something like that.
So I knew it was around 2000. I thought it was actually 2005. So I knew it was in this era. It's just I haven't really thought about that being 20 years ago until watching it. Like, because I still remember being a kid watching this for the first time. Like, oh my god, this movie was amazing. And now I'm just like, oh my god, that was so long ago.
That was so long ago. And it did have a really great cast, Rick. Obviously, as James, thank you for walking us through the book, based loosely.
Well, we will still be here for about another 1,000 hours if you wanted to loosely based.
Yeah, for real. It was, a 10-year chunk.
Sorry. Yes, he was.
There were a few parts of either the battle scenes or the interior shots where I said, oh, that looks very Game of Thrones-esque. And it did, because David Benioff was also, a writer for this film. And Homer gets the first credit as a writer. It was directed by Wolfgang Peterson. And I put the stars in my own order. I put Sean Bean first because he's the first voice that you hear. And I also put James Cosmo on that list because we've seen him so many times. Then the name of the fort in Malta is Fort Ricasoli. And that is what it actually looks like. So there's not much beach. The fort is right on the water. The beach scenes were filmed in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. And the film, there's a lot of, I looked up, okay, how much of this was CGI? How much of it was practical? What techniques did they use? And actually, there are a lot of kind of laudatory articles about how the film was actually very careful about the amount of CGI that it used. CGI was used, for example, to multiply the number of the ships and to multiply the number of people in battle. But there were a lot of extras used. And I don't know if either of you had seen any of those critical videos about the Rings of Power, where some of the battle shots or crowd shots, literally you could only count 12 distinct people and they just duplicated them over and over and over again. This film used hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of extras and then just layered them in, for the expanse of the shot. But it did receive, really, really critical acclaim for the lighting, technical effects, and the way that it carefully and judiciously used visual effects instead of overdoing it. And I guess in 2004, we probably, that's not too early to say, some films were really relying heavily on special effects and CGI, and this film chose not to, and I think it definitely shows. Let's see, so let's go to the numbers. By the way, this is Film Club number 89.
Wow.
Film Club number 89. Wow. This film was a pretty big hit. It was made for a huge budget of $175 million, which in today's dollars would be $316 million, but it grossed at the box office $497 million, which today would be a $900 million success for sure. It only got one Oscar nomination though, for all of the articles and different trade columns about the special effects. It only got one Oscar nomination, and that was for costume design. Appropriately, it did not win, but I thought the costumes were just tremendous in this film, and I didn't even recognize that when I had first seen this film 20 years ago. There is a director's cut. The director's cut is 3 hours and 16 minutes, and the summary of what is added is additional battle scenes and additional sex scenes. So take that for what if you want more of that, check out the director's cut. Now,
sex and war, who doesn't want that, Sandy? Come on.
Those roly-poly fireballs I liked? Well,
Yeah.
in the roly-poly fireball scene is a Wilhelm scream, or a Wilhelm
Oh,
scream.
no kidding.
So,
There you go.
Troy is one of the 400 plus films that uses a Wilhelm scream. And here's the way to find out. If you're on IMDb, if you're scrolling through the credits and you see Sheb Woolley, who's an old 1950s actor, and you're wondering, how the heck was Sheb Woolley in this film? It's normally because that's his scream. His is the Wilhelm scream that we know from everything from Raiders of the Lost Ark to, on and on and on. But this is one of the films. And we already talked about, where Troy may be and whether it may really, have had a legendary 10-year season. Not confirmed yet. Not confirmed, but there are lots of historians and archaeologists who are so interested in continuing to dig and continuing to find more history. And like I said, there's, in every tall tale, in every myth, in every legend, generally, they start in some form of truth. And so keep going, archaeologists, keep finding it. Hopefully someday, maybe we'll find part of that horse. Although I'd be really disappointed if that really did happen.
Cool. All right. Do you two want you two go first, and then I'll go, and then I'll add the inaccuracies.
Oh, Jay, you want to go first? Go ahead.
Sure. So I personally have always enjoyed this movie. I've always been a fan of Greek mythology, honestly, for about as long as I can remember. It all started for me with the animated Hercules movie from Disney. I always saw that and just kind of viewed it as, superheroes. So it just immediately made that connection at least.
My
So
kids
Greek
still love
mythology
that
always,
cartoon.
oh, it's a
My
phenomenal
kids
one.
still love that one.
It's probably honestly
Is it James
up there
Woods,
for
the
one of my
baddie,
top.
isn't it?
Yeah, he's Hades. He's Hades in
Yeah.
it, and he's phenomenal. So, fun fact about that, actually, I saw it on Twitter the other day. He has, I believe, voiced Hades for everything that animated Hades has shown up in, whether it be a video game, like whatever it is. He, I believe, has voiced all of it. I could be wrong. I believe it was actually him saying it when I saw the quote. So if I'm wrong, I blame it on James Woods, or maybe I just misread what he said. But I believe he's done all the animated voice work for that Hades since, because he really enjoys the character. So fun fact on that. But in general, I always found a liking to Greek mythology ever since watching that movie. I grew up in the era of the Hercules show, Xena, even Ryan Gosling was in a little watched or at least little remembered young Hercules show that I loved as a kid. So he played young Hercules in that. So I've just always been interested in this stuff. So when I watched this, when it came out as a kid, I guess I didn't actually watch it in theaters. I believe I watched it on DVD at home. I specifically remember finally getting my hands on it to watch it, and I just loved it. I remember watching it that night, falling in love with it because I just thought it was such an awesome tale. I love these larger-than-life characters, and Achilles is exactly that. And they just do such a good job at making him kind of a badass action kind of character in this too, which was really awesome. Fan of Brad Pitt. In terms of the fundamentals of the movie, I'm a fan of Eric Bana too, because he had just been the Incredible Hulk. A lot of these actors I was seeing for the first time because I was watching this as a kid, like Brian Cox, Brendan Gleeson, Orlando Bloom. I had seen because in this time he would have done Lord of the Rings, I believe, at least one or two of them, and Pirates. So him I had seen, but a lot of these actors, some of the older ones, I was seeing for the first time, which kind of then I'd see them, repeatedly throughout the years. So this is my first introduction to a lot of those. So great cast. Fundamentally, I think the movie's pretty well made. I think it's whenever you're taking a big piece of media from any kind of medium, whether it be book, literature, because this is poems. So, or if it's a TV show that you're transitioning into a movie, anything like, or adapting into a movie, anything like that, there's going to be some condensing that takes place. It's really just a matter of how well that's done. I mean, we even saw it with Lord of the Rings, for example. Whenever you're working with a larger piece of media and bringing it into something smaller, you have to condense things. And that can be done one of two ways, really well or really poorly. I think this movie does it pretty well. I get a lot of the changes they made. I get kind of eliminating some of the fantastic side of the story just to ground it a little bit and make it somewhat more digestible to people who don't, aren't all that familiar with Achilles or the Iliad. Or even just Greek mythology as a whole, because once you start adding in all the gods and all that, it's a lot of lore essentially to dump on people if it's the masses in terms of an audience. So I understand the attempt to ground it. I think they did a good job with grounding it and condensing it to make the timeline just speed up a little bit so that again it can fit in a 2 hour or 2 hour 45-minute runtime. So I'm okay with it all. I would like to actually go back and properly, I don't know, maybe listen to an audiobook of the Iliad, because I'm sure I won't have the time to read it all myself. But because I do love that fantastic side of these stories, that's something that I hope Christopher Nolan leads into quite a bit with the Odyssey. I don't want that to be too grounded. I think we've reached the point where, technology's definitely caught up enough. And we've seen, I think, the look at his Cyclops. So it looks like he will go that way. But I've also kind of, one thing I've held against Chris Nolan in the past, not to go into that, is that he grounded Batman a little bit too much for my liking. So I hope he does embrace the fantastic with his version of the Odyssey, because I would like to see that. And I think that's something this movie didn't quite do enough. But I do still love it. I think it's an awesome movie. I enjoy it. Well acted, fairly well written in terms of adapting a legendary piece of literature. So for me, I would say fundamentally, I'd probably give it a 6.5, but my enjoyment of it bumps it up to about a 7 for me, because I've just always really liked it. Again, it hits me in the right spot. I'm biased because it's a niche that I'm into in terms of Greek mythology. But I think it's pretty well done, and I've always enjoyed it and recommend it, and I will watch it again for sure.
Yeah, nice. Sandy.
Well, you're in really good luck if you want to do the audiobooks. So I just looked up. So
Is
the
it our
audiobook,
copyright?
well, some of the, well, see, voice recordings, then
I know,
that
but the book
renews
is,
the
yeah.
copyright.
I can't remember
for-
the one I did.
for that particular recording. So for the Iliad, you have your choice of Sir Derek Jacobi. That would be awesome. Alfred Molina,
Ooh, I'd go with that
Dan
probably.
Stevens, and a whole host of others that I don't know. For the Odyssey, you have your choice of Sir Ian McKellen,
Mhm.
Sir Michael Caine, Benedict
but
Cumberbatch.
you sorry, Sir Michael Caine was doing the. This issue was only meant to blow the bloody doors off.
We're gonna have to do it. We're gonna have to find those. I was
I'm gonna
hoping
have to
there was a
listen to that
Sean Bean version of either one. There
Oh.
probably is for well-known classics. There are
Yeah.
usually multiples you can choose from. I tend to, as you might be able to guess, a common narrator or reader of Shakespeare is Kenneth Branagh, and so I've
Are you saying
listened.
does he? Does
Yeah,
he do it?
I've listened to
that's
many
yeah,
of his Shakespeare productions, and then also he also does Joseph Conrad, so he does like Heart of Darkness, and yeah. So anyway, oh, and Stephen Fry does all the Sherlock Holmes. So anyway,
Yeah.
but back to me. I think as you could tell, I was really on this watching just really impressed with the set design, the costumes. Um, I think the film shows such vast battles and expanses and the ocean, and it does it all in that probably in the window just before CGI started to look stupid. And I think now some of that is being corrected in newer productions, so we'll have to see what the Odyssey does with that. But there was that, I always feel like there was that window in time where big expansive productions just looked so hokey when there was too much CGI or
Mhm.
duplication of replication of, army units, or making a forest more expansive than it is. I think this film really, really did an amazing job. I do like the story it told, and you're going to tell us all the ways that it's not correct. um, I think it was a good telling. I do think some bumps in the plot were annoying, but that probably is down to the original story and not too much down to the interpretation. Although I did go into this knowing that it was a 10-year siege and not what feels like a couple of months. I would have given this film a 7, but the acting. Um, I just kudos to Eric Bana and Peter O'Toole. I think both of them play very understated presentations of their characters, and it just goes down in Peter O'Toole's case, obviously, to his maturity as an actor. And Eric Bana, I think this is just such a good role for him. It absolutely um, shows off his acting skills, his physical skills, his fighting skills. Brad Pitt, too. I don't know. There's that moodiness that just felt immature, that didn't quite fit the character. Um, and then Orlando Bloom is just Orlando Bloom, and I'm sorry, I can't. Even in this role, I just don't think, um, I don't think he hit the right tone. Brendan Gleeson and Brian Cox, hey, they were who they were supposed to be, big, boisterous, burly guys. But it was, Orlando and Brad Pitt, two of the most important characters in this film, just didn't hit it. So I did give the film a 6.5. I did take it down a whole half a point for the acting, but overall, a definite recommend, and a very nice, a good selection, James, and ahead of the torture that you're going to put us through
You never
later
know.
this week.
Never know. All
Good
the
call.
fingers
Hey,
crossed
it
and
might be
thumbs
really
crossed.
good. It might be really good. We'll see.
I'm like, it might be really good.
We'll see. It's the best I can give it.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, now I'm going to go off. The book, of course, is the Iliad. This is called Troy. That's what it is. It's not the Iliad because they've not gone into it. I don't mind this movie, even though if I'm like going back to like I like the story of like the Iliad and the Odysseus' journey back home in the Odyssey. Love it. I think it's really good, well building. It It's great, but it would be like if somebody did a carbon copy of the Silmarillion now, because that is a lot of, I'm doing your history for you so you learn it. You would, I don't know, like you would be probably 10 hours reading it and you're still doing the building. You're learning the characters. So I understand what they, no, we don't need to chop, we just get rid of it. And I understand in the movie why they got rid of the gods. Kind of in that, I think they could have played it in a better tone, because we're just going to ignore it. Except for a couple in the Troy, where they're kind of seeing the visions. They could have done it in a different way because of our, I don't like to say modern audience, but our intelligence brain, because we're not like when they believed the gods came down and helped them, and people were believed this fact, like centuries going on. I think in this movie they did it well, extracting out, like it would have been shit if if they went carbon copy with like the death of Hector, run around and gets killed by a given back imaginary kind of invisible spear. That's what it is. One strike dead. So I love that. I really enjoy this movie. I will go back and enjoy it. There's bits of it are completely wrong. There's wrong time scale. It feels disjointed because, like, in my head, I know the period of time. I can take that, and that I think there needs to be where the characters who don't die, they need to make, like Paris. It would have been better if you just got comeuppance. Like that. So I think how Homer did it with the love story actually being Menelaus and Helen, and then Paris kind of kidnapping her, but she still falls in love. They could have still done that story and then made her, like, no, I'm on, like, I fancy you, I love you. Don't have to be like kind of manipulation by the gods. But I'm still going to honour my husband. I want to go back to him. But him getting pissed off and then taking her off to Troy. I think that might have been a better story. They could have still played on it, but they wanted that Paris and her love story. That's it. I do like how the other bit that she goes off, they go back and they're happily living their lives, except for the thousands of people who died in the war. That's it. And then, of course, but the only problem I do have with this thing is you have Agamemnon and you have Achilles are very much the sore points of the Trojan War when they finally get there. But a lot of it is still about Odysseus. Odysseus is the mover, the shaker of the Iliad still, to get him to the next journey. He's the main character. He's not the main character in this. It is Achilles. This is Achilles' story. And they, of course, they tell it wrong. But they tell it in a way I just don't care. I really enjoyed this movie. Mm-hmm. So though they've taken out the Sean Bean character, Sean Bean does it really well. I think he's good, but he's not the main character. They make Brad Pitt. The only letdown, I'm going to have to say it with like Sandy, is Brad Pitt's a bit crap in it, acting wise. I don't get what he was trying to do. I don't like his look to the other people. He's a bit, they needed to give him like a beard or something, some stubble, like something to make him look like he's hearty. He's just clean shaven all the time, isn't it? It looks like he's waxed his chest like every day. Do something like you're going to have like some, I don't know, minions kind of shaving him or something, because he just looks a bit too clean cut. All the other men, except for his cousin, all bearded. So because they've been out there for that long, except for Paris, of course. With but I don't think probably what's name can grow a beard, can he? Orlando Bloom. He's always looked like a 12-year-old. He's awful in it, but he's awful in everything. He's literally he can't act. He's only good as an elf because we got be an elf. That's it. Yeah, I agree with Sandy. The overtops are like Brian Cox, but that's what they said. Do this, be overtop, be annoying. So they feel annoying. The costume design, I love it. Everything looks about it just looks right. It's just like a bit of poor acting from the main person, Brad Pitt. That's things. But I'm going to give it exactly, because this is what I was going to say. I would have gave it 6.5. I up it, same as Jay, because I like this movie to a 7.
Yeah,
I do.
Yeah.
Exactly the same. I don't like. It's a 6.5 movie, but you know what? I can watch this over and over again, and it's a
just
long
enjoyable.
movie. It's nearly a 3-hour movie, but it doesn't feel like it. Every time I
No.
watch it, it doesn't
Yeah.
feel like it. And I say Eric Bana. Eric Bana is good in it, but you also like the character Hector.
Yeah.
It helps. I think he's a good actor. He's had a couple of stinkers, but I think that's when he moved back to Hollywood. Now good because I remember him from Chopper. Have you seen Chopper? You do?
No.
Oh, it's a Australian movie about a guy called Chopper Harrison. Went to prison. Go and watch it. It's one of the most extreme prison movies about a real guy. What he did, he was just an absolute nutter. But he's in it, and he's unrecognizable as Chopper. Literally, Eric Bana and this guy like completely like put on the fat, put on the powder, got this massive mustache. It's a great movie, and there's one bit on it when he gets there's a scene, and you're like, oh god, that's bad. But yeah, I like Eric Bana. I think he's and he also just seems like that kind of nice guy, and that's I think, and he plays it well. Yeah, I like this movie. I really do. It's not a groundbreaking, but the costume design is making it. Could anybody do the Iliad with being faithful? They can't. I don't think you can because it's just so written in a way of we're talking about history, and then I'm doing a poem, and in history I'm building it and then doing a poem. You can't do that. It's not written to take it carbon copy. You have to manipulate. You could easily though introduce the gods like we've already said in like the Clash of the Titans, 1984. But you would have to make it like a trilogy. And I mean a trilogy is the extended version of Lord of the Rings hours of trilogy, or make it into an epic series.
That's
Even
what
that,
I would do.
think yeah, even that, I think you're going to lose a lot of people because you've got so many kings and princes. Because he's building it from the whole, what we know now as Greece. And you've got to think about all those islands, all them provinces. Everybody's involved because it's such an epic battle. So I don't think you ever can do it. I think it's, you know what? If I were to be, is it faithful? Yeah, it is. It is faithful. They're just doing it the Hollywood way, but not taking the piss. They've only the only bit is like Paris is I think Paris should have got his comeuppance because then you just even if you let Helen just leave, look, you've lost everybody. You made that decision, you lost everybody. It would have been a bit bitter because everybody gets the Trojans. Yeah, they lost the city, but the Trojans still kind of go on. And yeah, what do the Greeks in this? What do they achieve? Agamemnon's dead. They don't achieve anybody. The only person who comes out of it as kind of the victor is Odysseus, and we know what happens to Odysseus. We're going to find out a completely different version. But yeah, I think it is. It's being as faithful you can to the tech, doing it a Hollywood way, and giving an enjoyable, entertaining movie. And you know what? As we always say with these ones, I'm hoping you pick up a book, you read or you listen to the. I would say listen. Don't pick up the book. I would say listen to the audio because it's very hard to read. But it's enjoyable, and then you just get like Greek mythology, and then you get into all the other Greek mythologies. Like we've had, I'd say like that we know about like the Immortals movie. Like you've got like Xena, Hercules. Like that. Yeah, Hercules. He was the one who killed Paris in a way because it was his poison arrow that killed Paris. There you go. So Hercules is involved in this movie, in the Iliad. So it's all connected. It's all great. I really enjoy it. You know what? Highly recommend it because I'm going to watch it again. I will watch it, and then I'll probably watch it again. I just enjoy it, even though I know it's completely not 100% accurate, probably not 50% accurate. If I had to score it, as Sandy does, I'm going to give it an F. Let's say that. Just because of that. But do I care? No, I don't. Because what they got right entertains me. So that's it. So an F. F for book to movie. There we go.
Well, I think that's what's important about things like this too, because you're right. This is way too much material to ever really truly adapt. I think definitely in a 1-for-1 type of way, but even if you were just trying to do a series out of it, I mean, you're talking. It would have to be a longer run series than your standard streaming service, like 8 or 9 episode seasons. It would have to be multiple seasons, like for this or the Odyssey. It's just too much material to try to convert into live action storytelling. In terms of 1-for-1, anytime you do it, you're going to have to change things. You're going to have to condense things. You're going to have to switch things up. It just matters the intention of what you do it with. Is it, respectful to the original work? Is it faithful to the original work? Is it trying to do as much as it can to make the original work transition into another medium? Or does it feel like it's a bit of, I know how to write this story better and make it work? That's, to me, always the determining factor in these kind of adaptations. We've seen some things do it great. Lord of the Rings has done that before. I think this movie does a pretty good job at it. Obviously not at the level of a Lord of the Rings. And then we've seen things do it poorly in the past too. So we'll see. We'll see which one the Odyssey is.
Yeah.
Okay, just because you asked, and it took so long for this movie theater site to load up. So the theater cafe where I've gone like for dinner to see the movies, actually, in one theater, it's 115 people in one theater. There are only 37 seats left.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And again,
that's one of those dinner and everything. So that's one of the premium ones, the
yeah.
experience ones, isn't it? So if you can do it, make a night of it.
And the seat I like is available, so I'm going to choose the seat that I like.
What do you get with it?
Well, let's see if they have a special. Because remember with the
well, what would the drink be? You have a drink, don't you?
Oh. With the Downton, it was a really nice fizzy drink, and they had a special menu.
Seawater, because it was going to be most of the movie. Oh no, it's got to be Lotus, something Lotus.
Yeah, they don't have the specials up. I guess you find out when you get there. So they don't have the specials up. But when I get there, if there is something special, I'll take a picture like I did during Downton.
Nice.
And they did have a weird dessert when I saw, because we saw Project Hail Mary there too. And they had some kind of weird cake that looked like the planet Adrian. It was a cake and it was like pistachio and whatever green around it.
Or maybe get an eyeball. Be a cyclist, just get an eyeball.
Yeah, who knows? But I'll take a picture. I'll definitely take a picture.
So, though, I'm going to bring up the new trailer. So we're not doing the wheel because we know we have this. Then we have the ring of Jay's pick, and then Jay's pick again.
Then Jojo
kind
Rabbit.
of Jojo Rabbit.
Oh yeah, that's right. God, I forgot we had that one lined up too.
We're set.
So we have the ring. The ring is not the Japanese version, but I've told these two to watch the Japanese version and get creeped out even more.
I do want to
turn off the lights in the dark, midnight. That'd be fine. Just unplug the phone.
I have to, and there's a book. I have to read the book.
Oh, it's a book to the ring. Oh,
the ring is based on a book, Japanese book.
Oh, that's going to be a bit
I have
freaky,
the
isn't
translation.
it? That's going to be a bit of a I don't want to go to sleep for the rest of the year book, isn't it? Because it's a
I read the summary and saw where the differences was, what the differences were. I think the big difference is the main character is a man, not a woman in the book.
Okay.
And the name of the
I have to rewatch it. I just remember watching the American version, liking it, and then going, "Oh my god, I didn't know there was a Japanese version." Watching it and going, "F that." I'm never watching that again. I can't sleep now. It's absolutely so disturbed. But then the Grudge, the one with Sarah Michelle Gellar, the Japanese version is so it's messed up. It really, when you're like, I'm terrified. I believe there's something above me, and I don't want to look now. It's great. They like how they nail that. Just like you're in terror. Literally, that is great. But yeah, it's a bit messed up. But yeah, I recommend the Japanese versions if you just want that night of like, help me, Obi-Wan.
Sometimes it's fun. I used to when I was little, watching.
I don't like horrors.
I
like
old
B-movie
classics
horrors.
and. I would always, do it late at night, and you do it just to make yourself scared. You do it just to make yourself scared.
No, I don't like it. I just don't know. Look at me. I play horror games. Look at me. I got scared by myself in one of the games.
I know.
Got scared by my own character turning away.
That is true.
I like B movies. I think me and Abe do like that. The Zombie Beaver. What a movie. That's a movie. Zombie Beaver. But. Are we ready? This is the new trailer. I've done the newest one. I think we've the snippets, but that's it. So this is what we're watching. Is it come out on the Friday for you as well? Is it? Yeah.
I
Thursday.
think actually Thursday for me.
Thursday.
Okay.
I have
our one's Friday. Yeah. So our one's Friday. So I managed to get the first ticket. That's weird because whatever. So yeah, but this is the latest, the great.
I haven't seen this one. I haven't seen this one,
Well,
Causing All the Fury. No, I haven't
That's
seen it.
Yeah. So this is the latest. The new. I said the newest. I'm guessing. The Odyssey trailer. Let's put up that thing. And here we go, people. Enjoy. Did I press play? Yes, I did. This was just complete silence. Then nothing happened.
Tell me what you remember.
A wife?
Penelope.
A son?
And then what?
We won the war. Help me go home.
This is a household waiting for master. I want you to choose me.
Ithaca's king is coming back.
No, he's not.
What would he do if he came back here and find all these suitors in his house?
You're pining for a daddy you didn't even know, like some sniveling bastard.
Who's looking after your wife and son?
Do you see?
My dad is coming home.
Bringing you vengeance.
Bringing it all.
I need everyone at this party dead.
I can still save them.
You're a man who needs to control his fate. But you cannot control this. That world is gone.
No one could stand between me and home. Not even the gods.
Keep us free!
I think it's asleep.
There you go. That's actually a better trailer than I've actually seen the
I
other
was
one.
going to say, I mean, again, I go so back and forth in this movie. I have such a hard time formulating what I think
Yeah.
it's going to be. Because, like, I see a trailer like that, and I'm like, this doesn't look like a bad movie. It just doesn't look like what I wanted, I think. And some of that's the casting. Like, I just can't help but see Matt Damon. I can't see Odysseus. Right now, I can only see Matt Damon, and I hope he can lose me in the role with his performance, but it just takes me out of it so much. I mean, again, I like all these actors. I think Matt Damon's a good actor. Anne Hathaway, Robert Pattinson, I think has shown some really good acting ability of late. Tom Holland, I think, is a good actor. Like, I don't think anybody's a bad actor in this. It's just so hard for me to not see them. I don't know. I'm struggling with that with these trailers. And again, I mean, when you watch Troy, you definitely see Brad Pitt. Like, it's not like he totally loses you in the role either. I think we just talked about, his acting not being the greatest in that or anything. But Eric Bana, for example, like, when I'm watching him, I don't see Eric Bana. I see Hector. I see the character. So I don't know. Something about this cast is just so hard for me to not see the actor in this. Specifically, it's Matt Damon for me.
No, yeah. It is weird. I like, because if I looked at it knowing the Odyssey, it looks like they're telling the story. And then I'm just worried, like, and I think a lot of people are with the casting and we like, with Helen and all that. But I think that's going to be a flashback. I don't think you're going to see much. I think they've put it on there, and it's going to be. I'm going to be brutal honest. I think Nolan's done it to win the Oscar. I'm ticking all the Oscar boxes, and then I'm going to tell my movie and just move on, because theoretically the Odyssey should be the Odyssey story. Why have you got Troy in there? So I think what you see
that's kind of one thing I thought too.
I think you're going to see it, but I think you're going to see so quick as what you've seen in the trailers that it's going to be, hopefully then you try and dismiss it. Is it going to pull me out? It probably is going to pull me out for a second. I'm hoping they bring me back into the immersion of watching a movie, because I don't want to be going, oh God, look at what they've done there. That is stupid. But do you know the Odyssey story, you guys?
Enough, not
Yeah,
in depth, but
So we got 10 years, of course, it's 10 years. But again, he's cursed. But when we get, so we've got the first bit is the, so we got the Lotus Eaters first off. They're there for like a week maximum. And then they get out. Then they go to the Cyclops next, I believe. And that's where, spoilers, anybody? Spoilers, sorry, do you want to know?
oh no, I know.
Yeah. So the Cyclops then I'm gonna be ready. They do the bad to the Cyclops. The Cyclops in the thing calls out his dad, who's Poseidon, to curse them so he can never get home for 10 years. That's it. So that's when the curse happens. So they've only been they've been astray by a wind. That's it. And then this is weird. I don't know how they're going to play on it, because you get the sirens. Of course, he ties himself to the bow of the mast because he wants to be the first person to hear the sirens call when he puts the wax in all these people's ears. Oh, sorry. Poseidon. Sorry, Poseidon's going to kill all the crew. So they get there, but he doesn't realize the curse of the sirens is if any mortal man escapes them, they all die. So he actually commits mass murder by accident. Then he gets to Calypso, and I don't know how they're going to do the Calypso bit, because the Calypso is she feeds the crew, then they turn into pigs. And then he talks to a god, I think it's Apollo. Apollo gives him a magic flower to put into the mixture, and then he drinks it. Sorry, it's off my top of my head. He drinks it. She's so obsessed with him because he's beaten her trick. That's it. She keeps him captive for 7 years. Theoretically, and this is probably, the time, she literally keeps him there and sexually assaults him every year for 7 years until she feels sorry for him, because every night she won't let him sleep, and the only way he can do it is go to this she gives him not the time frame, but it's like an hour in the night, so he can go to the beach, look out to where Penelope is, and cry his eyes out. And then she feels sorry for him because he does it every year for 7 years. So I don't know how they're going to do the Calypso bit like that, because so I'm guessing they're going to condense that into a time frame that isn't going to be there, and then of course he moves on. Now, what was weird is the ending. Do you know the endings, Sandy?
Well, he has to. There's a contest to win his wife back, or the suitors are gonna fight for his.
He's been gone. What I think it gets to 8 years, and it's the last 3 years. I think so. It'd be 7 years, and then everybody say you've got to remarry. You've got to make us better again. So she's like, okay, I will agree to suitors to kind of suit me, but what I need to do is I'm going to knit a burial sheet for him, so when we find him, he has a burial sheet. And what she does every night, she wakes up in the middle of the morning, wherever, 1 o'clock, and unpicks it all, and is like, oh, it's got things, this is the will of the gods, they don't want anything. So she does it, it gets untangled. So that's it. Then she gets found out, and so what she does is says, okay, here's Odysseus's bow that nobody could string. So nobody could pull it except for Odysseus. And then she uses, I think it's 8 or 9 axes. If you can pierce the 9 axes, then I'll marry you. One of the gods, Odysseus is back now. The gods make him into a commoner. He sees it, and then he grabs the bow, and of course every last one's going to come, and he does it.
Disguise.
Yeah. But then what is weird, because Tom Holland came out with this and he said, my mum was in so much tears, it's such a beautiful ending. And I'm like, no, it's not. The actual story is actually Red Wedding times 100.
Oh yeah,
it's brutal. So him his son, who he's mostly never seen his son, like, because he's been gone 25 years. He goes off onto a boat, comes back, and it's like, I think it's called Mentor. I think he's like the old guy who's back. Things. Them three, literally, Odysseus' son takes all the weapons out whilst they're pissed, so they've got no weapons on him. And once he does the fight, he literally not just massacres everybody, he brutally, all three of them, literally carve them up. I mean, destroy every person like that. So I don't get how that's going to be a very cryful moment. It's going to be, that's a bit disgusting. Like that's you'll come out of, like, you know, when you saw Red Wedding, it should be that you come out going, holy shit, what did I just watch? Like, it should be that mixed bag. The only thing I can see is the reuniting of him and Penelope.
They'll
and
do
the
it in
son.
a more romantic
Yeah,
way.
I'm
sure.
guessing, and I'm guessing maybe they only
graphic way.
they're not going to kill all the suitors, because I think there was 50 to 100. Can't really remember. I know it's a high number, so yeah, how they would do that is a bit thing. So I'm guessing, like, even that you see Anne Hathaway as Penelope, she got a bow in her hand, so they're blatantly doing that part of it. It's just how brutal they're going to go. Because what certificate is this?
I don't know.
It's not an R, is it? R 18.
I don't know, actually. I really don't
Let's
know.
see.
So it can't be brutal, but a lot of this is like, there's brutal because, you know, we've got when we get to there's a bit where
Yeah, it's an R. It's rated R.
yeah, okay. So like, there's a bit where Odysseus is on an island for a year. He has a kid with somebody else. So yeah, it's going to be a bit weird, but yeah, how they're going to play on certain bits. But what I see from that trailer, if I didn't know some of the castings, and it's probably just because it's a bit odd why they're doing it. Like, I don't care about ifs or that's or buts and they, thems and whatever. They're not even in Odysseus. They're like, it's not, I'm sorry, the Odyssey. They're not in it. They're from another era, another book. Helen's choice is obviously a publicity statement. I'm hoping it's just a flashback, because it should be. It should just be explaining people who's never watched the 2004 Troy movie what is actually happening, because back to back they're epic, of course, stories. I'm just fingers crossed. They just don't go, hi, we made it all for a modern audience. I think it's going to be okay. I think it's going to surprise me. I'm just hoping Matt Damon. I'm just hoping Matt Damon's section is good enough. I don't know if he's great an actor to peel off Odysseus. If they did Sean Bean, I would have gone, whee, you know, just like that.
Well, that's kind of where I'm at on it too. To your point about thinking that the Iliad stuff might end up being a flashback, that's kind of what I've been thinking too. I think it's got to be a flashback, and I at least hope it is. Honestly, more so just for the sake of being able to tell the Odyssey story as much as you can in the runtime of this movie. There's really no need to waste too much time trying to tell, you know, the ending of the Iliad too, just to make people catch up on the entirety of it all. Because, like, one, just telling the ending of that isn't really going to get people caught up on what the Iliad actually is. It just kind of lets you know at least, you know, where this is picking up from. So I don't really want to waste time going over all that, just because you need all the screen time you can to tell the Odyssey story that you're trying to tell in the first place. So I have been thinking that that's going to be a flashback, and I kind of hope it is, just because I don't personally need it rehashed for me. No. And I don't think, I mean, I'm not trying to be snobby here, but if you're going to see the Odyssey, you should probably already have an idea of the Iliad and the story of the Trojan War. You know, you should have some. I don't think this is quite the movie to go into, I guess I would say, if you're just like a Nolan fan and you're like, I just want to see Nolan's next film, the way you can most of his other ones, because there's not too much that, you know, you have to know before going into his films typically. Like, you didn't have to know anything about Oppenheimer to go in to just watch the story of Oppenheimer. This one, you kind of have to know the Iliad, at least to some degree. So I don't need to be a flashback as well,
because it's I'm not watching the Iliad. I'm not watching Troy.
Right. Like, I came here for the Odyssey, so don't spend the first 45 minutes rehashing the end of, you know, the Iliad just to get people.
Yeah, give me half an hour, then you've missed out.
And that's the thing
time that I want to watch. So I think it looks like he's explaining, you know, or he's having dreams I'm guessing
If
it
it's
might be
the
even
intro
dream
to the movie,
sequence.
if it's like the intro, or even like spats of flashbacks through dreams throughout, like maybe the opening act
when he's
at
on the
least.
boat
Okay,
alone. Yeah.
right. I could see that. And I can accept that in terms of how much of the Iliad you're going to try to tell me in this movie that's not about that. And so that's kind of what I like I said, I've been thinking the same thing too, where this has to just be handled in a way that you know, if you're going to do Iliad stuff, let it just be flashbacks, let it be a small little bit to just, you know, make sure people's memories are at least refreshed on how it ended, and then go right into the Odyssey stuff, because you're going to need all that runtime to tell
that
the
bit.
Odyssey.
I said that's what I'm saying. I'm hoping those bits with the bad casting choices just don't take me out of being immersed.
So unfortunately for me, I feel like the bad casting choices. Okay, so not bad casting choice. I want to say what I perceive that could be a tough casting choice is really going to be the Matt Damon as Odysseus. I don't know if I'm going to be able to buy that, and that's going to be throughout the whole thing. So it's like, for me, that's kind of my biggest concern in the acting casting choices is Matt Damon the right choice for it? Yeah,
Patterson. I don't even know.
He kind of takes me out of it a bit as well. And I like Pattinson.
Like, at least they're doing gods. She's Athena, I think she is playing, isn't she?
I don't know exactly who she's playing. I'll be honest. I like Zendaya.
Oh, do you?
I don't think. So. This is the thing, though. I like Zendaya as like kind of the person. From what I see of her as a celebrity, she seems like fairly chill, down to earth kind of person. You know, I believe she's married to Tom Holland, or she dates Tom Holland, one of the two. I think they're a couple.
One of the two, yeah.
I could be wrong.
Definitely a couple, yeah.
But
they've been a couple,
and like they seem like likable. Yeah, they seem like really likable people. It's like I like Zendaya the person, and I think at times she can fit a role well, but I feel like she always acts like Zendaya in everything that I've seen her in, which is kind of a disinterested character.
What's that show?
I've never seen Euphoria. That's the show that everybody loves.
She's really good. Yeah, and I'm like, but everything she's been in, she's been a bit.
She just tends to act as like a disinterested character. Like that tends to be the way they cast her roles always. So it always feels like she's just like, even with MJ and Spider-Man, it's that like too cool for school, disinterested in everything kind of character, and that kind of comes off, you know, a bit old at times. Like, I don't think she's bad in the Dune movies. I just don't think she's turning in any kind of stellar performance either. So I don't necessarily have an issue with Zendaya as an actress. I just think she's, you know, talent-wise, you know, whatever. She's not. I don't think she's awful. I don't think she's great. I think she can kind of fit roles nicely when they fit her, if that makes sense.
She's not an A-lister leading lady. I hate to say it. She's just not. I can't see. You're gonna go. She's gonna pull her being the headliner.
I mean, I'm trying to think, because I know she did that movie Challengers a couple of years ago, and I don't think it did particularly well.
No,
I'm trying to think of things she was the lead in. That may be the case. Like I said, I don't have a strong opinion on her. I more so just think like she the person seems like a fairly nice, you know, for Hollywood's types. She seems like a reasonably down to earth kind of person. So I've always kind of thought she was, you know, cool. Her and Tom Holland are cool people. But I actually think Tom Holland's a pretty damn good actor. I think he can do really well. So I'm interested to see him.
He's going to really struggle. Like,
he does always look fairly
young.
You're
40 and you look like you're 12. It's a bit odd.
I don't know the age of his character, but yeah, he does definitely have a younger look to him.
He'll be 30 odd. Roughly, yeah, just like he left when he was like, he's remember his dad, but he doesn't know his dad, so he's got to be like 4 or 5 when he left. So yeah, you're looking at just like early 30s he would be, but it's gonna be interesting. But again, this movie's been ruined again mostly because they're playing up to the Hollywood media. You know, that kind of, they like those questions being introduced into it. We've watched movies and we've even like been critical of like they said one thing. What was to be the thing I don't like and using it woke, and then you watch the movie and went, no, it's not. You just played up to what crowd? We're gonna see it. Hopefully, you're gonna get word of mouth. Hopefully, it's interesting. I like going to the cinema, and it's nearly 3 hours long. So hopefully, it's not.
Please don't be bad if you're gonna waste 3 hours of my life.
Exactly.
I don't have that kind of time to just spare.
I was like, ooh, this could be. I'm interested.
I was so excited. Yeah. As soon as I heard Matt Damon as the lead, it took me right. It started to just downhill from there.
It's an odd.
And again, I like Matt Damon. I don't want people to think I think he's some horrid actor or anything. I like Matt Damon. I think he can be honestly a really good actor at times, and I think he has a pretty good base kind of floor of his acting quality. It's just I can't see him as Odysseus, and every time I see these trailers, he takes me out of it, and Robert Pattinson. And again, I like Robert Pattinson as well. They take me out of it. I just can't not see them in these roles for some reason.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. There's some of them, like if you just look at Troy, we just reviewed. They've got some great stage actors in it.
Gravitas.
This hasn't got any, and none of it. They haven't got any like great. Like I know Tom Holland, and Patterson, like that. If you go by English, you want a stage actor. They just don't have that. Like even Calypso, it's Charlize. Oh, is it Charlize
Theron.
Yeah. Like she's not good enough to do that. She's not a great actress. She's just pretty. Know the pictures lately, whatever. But there's nothing there. Like Anne Hathaway, she's a good, solid actress. She's playing Penelope.
She is. She's a very good actress.
Good thing. So got that, but then you got Matt Damon. Just can he pull off the role of Odysseus? That's it. There just seems like the supporting cast. They just needed to give somebody like. Oh, you're giving them. You want to give star names, not good actors.
Yeah,
that's
well,
what
and
it seems like.
I
at the
think
moment.
that's kind of a problem too. Is that there's almost too much of a high kind of profile, because whether you like the actors or not, they're all pretty much like A-list celebrities. Every last one of them, for the most part. Zendaya, Robert Pattinson, Tom Holland, Matt Damon, Anne Hathaway. They're all very well-known celebrities, very much at the top of the food chain in that world. So. It is one of those things where, again, we just had Troy with a really good cast across the board. In terms of the casting, did they all give the best performance? Maybe not in this one, but when you see the cast list in that, it's not, you've got Brad Pitt, you've got Eric Bana, even Orlando Bloom at that time was a big name. And then the rest are names that were quality actors. Again, performance that they turned in is what it is. I kind of wish this was a little bit more like that. Maybe like look at Inception, for example. It had Leo DiCaprio at the top of it, but Joseph Gordon-Levitt wasn't a huge name at that time. Tom Hardy wasn't a huge name at that point in time. The Batman movies, Christian Bale kind of got his name, I think, at least in America for the most part. I feel like that really amplified his career. So Christian Bale became a big name after that. But he was alongside Michael Caine, who was a very well-known actor already. So there was always seemed to be a mix of well-known and lesser-known actors trying to kind of come up. And this one feels like it's just so many stars across the board that it looks like I'm watching a cosplay of A Night at the Oscars, where it's just all these famous Hollywood names dressed up in this Greek stuff, where I just wish I could get a little bit more lost in the characters without seeing the actors behind them. And it just looks like a bit of a Hollywood A-list collection too much of one for me to be able to do that from the trailers. That doesn't mean they can't all turn in performances that completely lose me. I used to say at first I didn't like the casting of Ben Affleck as Batman because I thought I wouldn't be able to not see Ben Affleck. And then I saw the movie and I feel like he morphed into Bruce Wayne for me in those movies and Batman. So, you never know. Heath Ledger, a lot of people didn't like him as Joker. And then he thought they couldn't see him as Joker. He gets in there and, it's hard to even see him at all in that movie. You just see the character. So you never know. We all have these opinions going into it. It depends what they do when we actually get to see it. And I'm hoping for the best.
You just need to be quiet. Let the movie do it. I just think I think most people got set on, and I like the Helena Troy thing. I'm gonna say it again. The casting, come on, you knew what you were doing, and then of course people were kicking off about Elliot Page. I don't care about Elliot Page if he wants to be in it.
I couldn't care less.
I didn't care.
Not for nothing. Nolan has a history.
A character that is not even in the Iliad. So where that's come from, that's again, you've ticked a box, have you, or you put your mate in it? I don't care. I don't care. Right. I just think the one that I think everybody's thinking is the look of the armor. I think that's a lot of people were like, that looks a bit odd, like Agamemnon. When we see him, who's really young, the character, the guy playing him is like really young. I think the armor looks odd. We just said about the costume design was up for.
Does look a bit bland,
and it just looks a bit. But it's mostly because if you look at the bits with what I think we've said, like probably going to be a dream or a flashback, it's got that filter, and it just looks a bit. Everything looks a bit grey and dark.
It's the Nolan blue filter. Yeah.
And I don't know what he's done. And then hopefully we're going to get onto it. We're going to get because like the Island of the Lotus Eaters, and then there's one at the end, the King and Queen. I can't remember they are. They've got to be bright and beautiful. Like that. Calypso's like palace has got to be bright and beautiful. So That's it. And then we get one of the islands he goes to is by the gods, and I can't remember who it is. Is it Apollo's? Can't remember. They've got to do that. They've got to be, it's got to look grand. Every island he's got to go to has got to look different to the island he's just visited. So hopefully there's going to be a different tone. They've got you're on different islands.
That's
I'm
true.
hoping.
Yeah, they have
I'm
to
hoping there
distinguish
is.
them.
So yeah, but we'll see. But
And one quick thing to the point of, because I know the conversation becomes, is Nolan trying to check boxes for Hollywood, for Oscars, all that. I get it. It's a conversation that's always going to be had, whether people want to take part in it or not. But one thing in terms of Elliot Page, I do think people need to realize Nolan always works with the same actors, and he did work with Elliot Page on Inception.
Yeah.
So again, it may just be somebody he wanted to work with again too. It doesn't necessarily always have to be this, overall narrative of the world going on.
The screening. Look, do you want to be goes? Oh, I really want to get back into it. I'm not done anything big, and now the audition, and that's it. We're having you in the part.
And we've worked together before. We worked great. Loved the relationship. Let's do it again. Like, it could just
changing
be that,
your person doesn't change your personality. You're still going to be the same actor, actress, whatever. So let's see on that part. I don't care.
Right. Yeah. So that's kind of where I'm at on all this. Let's just see. We're a week away. Let's just see how this all plays out.
I say that.
We don't always have to be so on edge about the stuff going on. Like, sometimes movies can just be movies, and let's just try to let them be that and see what happens.
And we're hoping we don't lose 3 hours and we all go.
That's my biggest concern, to be honest, is that I waste 3 hours of time that, frankly, I just don't have to spare like that these days. So
like
I'm hoping this isn't a
I'll get
waste.
dinner out of it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I gotta get popcorn.
You got to eat that day anyways, right?
Yeah.
But especially 3 hours. I mean, you're sitting there, you ain't got a good cinema seat. You'd be like, oh God, I'm getting a bit like that. So. Yeah, I'm just hoping it just grabs. It just holds me into it.
Well, I mean, it's like we always say, we just want good movies. So at the end of the day, I just hope it's a good movie.
Well,
I don't hope for movies to be bad. I just can only go with what my gut feeling is when I see trailers and things like that. And I hope this is good. I'm happy you picked that trailer, because that just kind of made me a little bit more positive about it again. Which it's been a roller coaster ride for me with this movie.
We're gonna see, but at least we're gonna let you know next week if to go and watch it. It's like do or do not. So we're going to be
we give our recommendations. So
yeah, that's it. And we're always nicely and truthful, and we're going to be then ready. The thing is, we're back to normal time. We have to be, because I'm hoping the Sunday I'm going to have to say is England for the World Cup final. Come on,
that would be something. That would be something.
I know, but nobody cares about the third or fourth place teams like that.
Nobody ever remembers it.
Don't want to be there. Don't remember them. I'm just hoping. Yeah, you know what? I'd be looking forward. I would love it to be a Spain-England final, because it would piss off FIFA. But yeah, we're gonna come on England. That's what we're saying.
Oh, they want France-Argentina round two.
That's why they want opposite sides. They are opposite sides. They want Messi
and they definitely want Messi in the finals. So
yeah,
I think I'll be rooting for England this weekend for the first time in a long time.
But we've got Harry Kane.
Oh, when is the game? What do you guys actually? Wednesday?
Wednesday, 8 o'clock.
Wednesday, right? Yeah. So this week I'll be rooting for England on a very rare occasion. So
I think they're both at 8. So that'd be 3 p.m. your time. I think they all are. They're Tuesday one and the Wednesday one, and then you got 10 o'clock the Saturday fourth place one, and then the final.
Wow, so, crazy. It's already almost over just like that.
Yeah, I know. And they're like being such like a money grabber. They're like, oh, we might add some more teams for the 2030.
Oh, stop it. Let's get used to the ones you just added first.
Well, I still owe you a Cabo San Lucas cake. I am going to do that next week. I'm doing that flag, because US
sorry.
flag.
Yeah.
The flag cake. I did the US flag cake, and I do the Cabo San Lucas flag cake. With blueberries and strawberries and such. Yeah.
Nice. I had to come over. But yes. But guys, what have you got coming up? Except for we're going to boil in the heat and waiting for the semi-finals, of course.
Yeah, for me, it has cooled off just a tiny bit after so many weeks of, 100-degree heat and rain every day. So I have not been
humidity's got to be awful, isn't it?
Because of the weather. Yesterday I did get a surprise stream in the morning, because it was sunny when it wasn't supposed to be. So who knows? Next time I'll be out who knows when I'll be out, but I'm still out hunting all the fountains in Washington, D.C. And
How many you got to go?
And my usual history stuff. How many more to go?
Yeah. Have
It's like 1,000. I've done 18.
All right.
I've done 18.
Okay.
There's
There you
like,
go.
no, I'm just not 1,000.
No.
There's way over like 300 or 400. So
Oh,
we
nice.
don't know. The answer is we don't know, because yesterday I found one I did not know existed. I was going for there's a fountain at Georgetown Harbor Center and a fountain at Georgetown Waterfront Park, and in between the two there was another fountain that no one knew about. So it's like, okay, so yeah.
No.
But
Excellent.
just out doing my history thing whenever the weather allows. Jay, what are you up to?
Very cool.
I've been seeing your shorts. I've been seeing
Yes.
your retro video shorts and your video on GTA 6. So what's the day for GTA 6?
So that's not till, God, is it December? No, November. It's either November or December. So we still got a while to go from there. But for me, honestly, just more the same, some shorts, some videos I'm hoping to get done and get out. I would probably end up doing a review on the Odyssey, since it's going to take 3 hours of my time anyways, and we're going to do film club. So I'll probably work on a review that I'll release probably to coincide with the end of film club
live
that
coming
day.
out.
Oh, looking forward
live,
to it.
live reaction. Live reaction.
So that stuff is most likely definitely on the list, or on the schedule at least. Again, shorts, a review on that, and then some other stuff. I just want to try to have some video ideas floating around in my mind that I want to just got to get kind of out of the brain and onto. I usually say out of the brain and onto paper, but in this case onto the keyboard or into the computer, however you want to put it. So
nice, excellent,
Awesome.
Cool. I'm doing editing at the moment for our 100. It's taking me forever. I'm doing something like that. So I'm doing something. I'm trying to do a piece every day to get to it.
Oh
so,
my
like, when I
gosh.
get time.
I'm
So,
excited.
yeah. And then I was like, ooh, that's it. But when's we got our 2-year, haven't we? Soon that'd be the Ring, is it now, or is that the Odyssey?
It's the Ring. Well,
The
it's
Ring,
in
there we go.
between. So our 2-year anniversary is the 18th, which is the middle of. No, wait, stop. What's today?
The 12th.
No, our anniversary is the 20. Sorry, our anniversary would be the 21st. So we'll do it on the 25th, which is after. Sorry, the 18th is the Saturday, but no, it would be July 21st would be our 2-year anniversary. So the 25th Film Club, The Ring, will be our 2-year anniversary, and then and then we start the countdown to 100.
Dun dun dun. This is
wild.
89, is it? Because I always get it because we had like what the few specials.
Today is
So
number
that's it, but-
89, so the Odyssey gets. Let me just triple check, make sure I'm not making a mistake here. Yep, this is 89, so the Odyssey gets to be number 90. And then the Ring is 91, Jojo Rabbit's 92. So we'll see where we land.
Oh my
It's
God.
probably
It's
going
the
to be.
worst thing is I'm like trying to get. I'm like, oh my God, I've got so much.
It's going to be like October-ish, I think, if we
There
don't
we go.
miss any or anything. It'll be like around the end of October.
Excellent. Well, cool. Well, we got some editing, we got some things. I would try and do a live review, but it's going to be late. I'm going to have to just do it because it's. I have to see. Let's see if
It
I
would
can
be
quickly go on for
interesting
5 minutes. Go
To do, because
walking out of the cinema, going, what
I'll
happened?
tell you, you'll get new subs. You'll get a
There
whole
we
new
go.
audience by doing a little
yeah.
live.
Well, also don't forget it'll be going live here in
I
America
should have
too,
really
so
done it.
it'll be a good time.
Yep.
Yeah, and I should have done it if I had mindset of doing YouTube. You would have seen me cry near enough if I did it for The Last Jedi.
No, but just from doing that outside, literally changing your location, I swear that's what gave me. I hit 2,500 subs this week.
There's nothing wrong with
Nice,
my
awesome.
location. It's the land of geekdom.
It just refreshes. It somehow gets new people. It gets new eyes. I can't explain it. Why would 2,500 people want to watch me? It makes no sense.
Oh, why
It absolutely
wouldn't they?
makes no
Come
sense.
on.
Yeah, exactly.
It's because I change
Why would-
locations all the time. This is
There
why.
we go. But cool. Well, anyway, guys, we've got homework. If you want to go cinema, go to cinema. But you have got The Ring, and then JoJo afterwards. But everybody, have a great one. If you're in the UK, it's raining next week. Finally, for the first time in,
Shocker.
like, three weeks. I think it's been.
Oh, have you guys been
Raining,
without
so,
rain?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, fair enough
It's been
then.
absolutely. It's been like. But everybody, have a great one. I'm gonna hopefully still online. We're going to do Blonde. I'm just going to raid. Say hello, everyone.
Oh, good.
Because last time we went to raid and she ended the stream at the same time. Just ended. But everybody, have a great one. Come on, England. Or as Abe said, England.
Let's go, England.
Anybody but Argentina and Messi. That's all I can say. I don't know if I can bring myself to say, come on, England, just yet.
I'll send you a shirt. Anyway, everybody, have a great one. Thank you for joining us. For Troy, we enjoyed this one, but will we enjoy the next one? Find out next week. It's like a little dilemma. Dum, dum, dum. For now, bye-bye.